There we go. That is the wrong button again. I pressed the live screen, not the D&D screen. Hi, Coyote. How you doing, dude? Thank you for the raid. I was just looking for someone to raid and you came online. Yeah. It is, and funny enough, it's D&D night. What were you doing, dude? I appreciate you stopping by. Because tonight is episode 3. We're finally back on some sort of track with our schedule. You're playing Outer Wilds. I do want to play that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a shout out. Because obviously this isn't the week we normally play.
Danny.
Yeah?
Your name, you need to switch it to DM.
Oh, yeah.
Did everything but that. I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine. I am no DM. But no, because normally we play every other week, and the start of the month's been uber fucked up because of me mostly. Next week we're back on again, so like rather than every other week, it's next week we're on, and then after that it should be normal. Should be normal. And I say that with a lot of hope and very little optimism.
and not looking at his calendar for March until too late.
Yeah, it's fair. It's fair.
We've got 2 weeks in a row.
You have, and tonight is the next episode. Scheduling is the enemy of D&D. God damn it, you're right. You know what? Apart from recently, we've been pretty fucking good, because I've been running for these guys now for 4 or 5 years. The same group of people, and we've regularly, between the lot of us, we've had at some points even 4 campaigns going where we all into DM for each other, and to some damn near good scheduling and damn near regularity. Let me tell you, it's a thing that I know most people are jealous of. But let's focus on tonight. I hope you had a good stream, Coyote, and I appreciate you coming by. I hope you watch for a little bit. The last session, you guys, the brand new party that you were, set out to the south to rescue the circus man that was taken by some sickly-looking dwarves. You fell through the top of the cave, and you landed in a dark interior of a cavern. You found the person you were looking for, as well as a couple of other people that had been taken from the nearby town of the Ivory Sands outpost. And you guys started to fight your way through after encountering some heavy resistance from these dwarven features and creatures. Mentioned various different things about doing deeds for their mother, it was, or something like that, to that degree. I know a couple of you paid attention to that and made some comments in return and some rebuttals and some vicious mockery without the spell. But you guys successfully fought your way out. You guys...
There was a spell involved.
But not the vicious mockery spell, is what I said.
Yeah.
It was vicious mockery without the spell. You fought yourself out successfully. You managed just about, and you started heading back where you were then encountered by the... Give me 1 second. Either way, you guys made your way back where you were picked up by the militia that were pushing out of the town with the help of Priscilla, trying to find you guys. And as out of character, you guys have named the person that you have now saved. I believe it was Big Kev, wasn't it, Ben?
Yeah, Big Kev.
Yep.
Big Kev.
But the true name is Joel, if you wish to, because I'm not going to successfully reel it off as quick as you can. But
The full name is Baron Kennedy L. Fortescue for legal reasons. Baron is part of the nom de plume and not a claim to lordship.
That one. That is the person you saved, also known as, in parentheses, Big Kev.
That's part of my name too.
They made their way back to the town. They secured it. There seemed to be no further attacks. They had moved the circus tent, which had a hole born through it, from the dwarves that attacked, moved it to the sands, where it would be, in theory, much more difficult and or impossible There has been some treatments done for people that sustained injuries and various care. You've been offered a place to stay with the circus folk for the evening, not without, though, promise in the morning of the show. Something as a way, as Priscilla put, to thank you guys for saving the ringmaster, because without him, these guys don't have a job, they have no means, no direction. You saved the man at the helm. You saved the captain of the crew, in theory as he is. So, you guys all did successfully have a long rest, as you all slept in safety under the watch of the militia of the Ivory Sands outpost. And you guys woken up with the sounds of rigging being put in place, things being prepared by the guide of the ringmaster, getting ready for a show. And a darn tootin' good one at that, hopefully.
Ooh.
Other crowds have started to gather in the meantime, because it's not a private show for you guys, but you guys do get front row priority seats. This is made in your honor, as it were. And I will now turn this over to yourself, Joel, if you wish to explain what sort of set are they setting up and begin, as the show will eventually begin very soon.
It's a classic big top tent. You guys have indeed been given priority seating, shown to it by one of the ushers, a sort of thin, wiry-looking man with far too much hair on his arms. The place is a different world to what you saw last night. The lighting is up and proper. Every trace or remnant of packing up or assembly has been whisked away. And now I stand in the spotlight in a dimly lit tent in the midst of a vast, wide, dusty circle. All gathered and adored. With open arms I welcome you, and with delight I entertain you. May I introduce myself, Baron Kennedy Al Fortescue, for legal reasons. Baron is part of the nom de plume and not to claim to lordship. And this is my shriek Tetron. That is traveling circus to you and I, in which I have assembled the finest performers to ever enter the ring. Tumblers, jugglers, acrobats, musicians, and magicians. Let us begin with a wonder of the Feywild. Ladies and gentlemen, I beg of you, keep your screams to yourself as I introduce Volstar and Timbershrike. Spotlight tips to the entrance to the ring. A bald gentleman, heavily tattooed, looking like a bad cosplayer of what's his name, the hunter from Spider-Man, walks in holding a long leather harness, the other end of which is attached to the most beautiful, the most richly colored owlbear you have ever seen.
Hmm.
And as it emerges from behind the tent flaps, you can see it has enormous, glittering antlers stretching out over its head, and an impressive pair of wings for an owlbear. They go through a fairly well-coordinated classic beast tamer routine. Whip gets cracked. There is a lot of rearing and sort of moving up and down onto platforms, posing majestically while musicians play the occasional dramatic sting. It's all sort of fairly basic, but the fact that Timbershrike, the owlbear, looks so very pretty is what really captures the audience's eye. They end with the usual routine of Volstar putting his head in Timbershrike's beak, to everybody's shock and amazement, blah, 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 before he is ushered out of the ring, and my voice comes over again. Ladies and gentlemen, Gleeta Ephizar and her dwarven target range, Death in Chainbraid. a dwarf and a human woman, emerge onto the stage. Death in Chainbraid is a dwarf in a helmet, smoky goggles, and very crispy beard.
God, one sec. Lee, what the fuck is Barnet doing?
There's an owlbear.
I just want to point out, like Ringmaster, that you would have noticed during the Beast Tamer performance that the giant Herringon did draw his weapon for reasons and put it back. Please,
honestly,
carry on.
Amongst the audience, he's probably not the only one, but he's just got the best weapon. Like, there's probably a bunch of farmers who've just gone, oh,
yeah.
Damn, bring out the pitchfork.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. So the dwarf Deathin merrily and cheerfully stuffs himself into a barrel in the middle of the ring, while the wizard draws up her sleeves, wiggles her fingers for everybody to see, stands up on a little plinth, points and shoots, and hits the dwarf with an entire goddamn fireball from which he can't escape because the barrel is very slightly too small for him.
Yep, that's restrained.
Mm-hmm. It's beautiful. Everybody like screams, "Daryl in the barrel!" Yeah, there's a lot of screaming and panicking before Deathin's head pops back out of the barrel, once again slightly smouldering at the tips of the mustache. And then Galoot and Clod emerge, and you hear my voice once again over the loud hailer. Oh no! Somebody set free the clowns. Ladies and gentlemen, please, I apologize for Galoot, Clod, and Pill. Galoot and Clod are dressed as... You know how clowns dress as, like, comedy doctors and nurses?
Yeah.
If you can imagine that, but for clerics... They come waddling
They're
out.
cleric clones.
They are doing their level best to pretend to lay on hands and slap Deathin with a bunch of healing, while Pill is wandering around the stage putting out the tiny fires. But like, there's a great deal of laughter on the opposite side of the ring, and as he turns to put out another fire, you can see his backside is naturally on fire. Galoot and Clod wheel off Deathin, followed by Gleeter, and Pill just carries on wandering around, putting out fires and setting himself on fire. Who has the highest arcana in the group?
Ooh, that's a question. Who does have the highest arcana in the group?
Mine 0.
Not going to be
Any advance on 0?
1.
Yeah,
It's good.
Oh.
It's good.
I think wizard, surely.
Yeah, +6.
yep. So
You
it's
want to go ahead and roll it for me?
any advance on +6. Any advance? Any advance? No.
No, I got it.
Now, Vara, do you want to quickly have a roll of your arcana? I know you said perception then, but that's wrong.
Do you want Arcana roll? Okay.
Please do. Yeah.
I did get permission from the DM to ask for rolls before
He did.
the show.
He did. So he is although he's an NPC, he's pseudo DMing this scene in particular.
He's also guest DM.
Ringmaster, you know, this is all me. Okay, so Pill, as it turns out, is actually pulling off some incredible control flames moves here. Like, you watch as he looks at his forearm that is on fire, breathes in, and the fire goes out, and then gives a big exaggerated puff and blow to try and blow the fire out, and the fire comes back out of his mouth and reappears on his arm.
Right.
And then he pats his arm and it crawls over to his other arm. But as you're watching, you can see him going through the motions of control flame to make it pass from arm to arm, from arm to leg to hair. And yeah, eventually Galoot and Clod come back out, douse him with water and roll him out on his side. It's superbly done, but he's still dressed like a clown, so he looks like an idiot while he does it.
Yeah. And to the untrained eye, obviously, it's not going to be anything anyone would have really picked up on outside of that flame's alive and it's doing weird shit.
Yeah.
She applauds a little bit, like, you know, in a duo way. I'm guessing the entire audience is like laughing their heads off, and she's just sitting there clapping for
Pretty
normally.
much. Like, people are looking at you like, Why are you applauding? You don't applaud the clowns.
That's
that you
dumb.
laugh
Yeah.
at.
Just as a quick curiosity, how is everybody enjoying or not enjoying the show so far? From
I was
a
going to ask that
from a
question during
PC
the intermission, if I may.
yeah.
One more act. Everything goes dark. And my voice comes purring over the loudhailer. Ladies and gentlemen, Priscilla Guile. And the spotlight hits Priscilla in the middle of the room. And she gives this incredible performative dance. Her face is made up two different styles, one side and the other, a light and a dark side. And the performance makes her seem like the light side of her is driving people away, engaged in some sort of twisted, torturous relationships with these phantasmal people, all while the dark version of herself becomes happier and more gleeful. There's illusory shadows being cast on the side of the tent that makes that dark side of her seem bigger and bigger, and it's mingled with acrobatics and sort of the great silk ropes and things. And the light side of her only lashes out more and hurts people, and she grows smaller and smaller as the dark side grows bigger and bigger. And eventually the lights go out over the light half of her, broken on the floor, and a pair of huge red eyes are illuminated above her. And the crowd goes quiet. And then burst into applause. And with that, Baron will come back over the loudhailer and say, "Ladies and gentlemen, we have time for intermission. Please do avail yourselves of the snacks that will be transported around the ring." Which is at which point you realize he's been sitting in like one of the chairs, like 2 rows back from you, and he leans forward. "Did you like it? What do you think so far?"
It's very impressive.
Thank you. No,
Yeah.
Indeed.
Very interesting.
interesting. Interesting is an adjective that worries me.
I always interesting to see the magic behind the axe.
That can be arranged for well, the small fee of my life. No, debt paid, please.
Ooh.
I can't show you everything, of course, but I would love to show you the real truth behind Timbershrike. It's just a regular owl bear. The antlers are an illusion. Shh. No one. Claps his hands together, rubs them together. "If you'll excuse me, I will be back momentarily," and he wanders off.
Desire will sort of turn to Wade and be like, I didn't know what kind of show I was expecting, to be honest. It's not kind of show you see here on the island.
I know exactly what you mean. This is a lot more family friendly.
Yeah, that's for sure. I didn't like those guys with the fucked up faces, though.
The clowns. No,
Yeah.
no.
Oh, yeah, those guys. No, fucking
You can never trust a clown.
no.
Well, considering as well, Wade, you might have a little PTSD, despite now being in full makeup and stuff. But the sight of Galoot even still makes you twinge a little bit anytime you see him, because if he's around, that means he may have touched something, and if he may have touched something, you may be in danger.
Oh yeah.
He is, in fact, coming round with like cones covered in cotton candy, and he comes over and he does look at you and says, "Sorry,
It's all right, but
this one's on
Double.
me. I promise it wasn't me who made it."
all right. I'll take it.
You're all
Did you
eventually.
make this?
Who are you saying that to?
What's his name? Clown.
No,
Galoot.
no. He said, "I promise I didn't make it."
Oh, right. Okay.
But
Um,
I thought he was talking about the ropes. Never mind.
no,
Yeah.
no. Yeah, well, he wouldn't make rope. He's a clown, you know. But no. Refreshments are brought round during this intermission. You can see people are starting to talk, and generally across the militia and some of the inhabitants of the outpost, your own opinions are your own, but there's a general positiveness, and especially for the dear ringmaster here, there's definitely a good enjoyment of the festivities going on. And unplanned to yourself, Priscilla appears on the stage during the intermission and she borrows the what was the loudspeaker that I forgot the proper.
It's basically a cone that's permanently got thaumaturgy.
Yeah, I forgot what you called it. That was my bad. And she'll just borrow it and just go, apologies for everyone while they're in their breaks, but I wanted to thank everybody for coming and having a good time while everyone's getting refreshments and stuff. I would like to personally thank these lovely people in the front, pointing at you guys. Well, this show wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for these people right here. And everyone kind of looks at you all, and obviously you turn around to see Priscilla doing this, and you kind of wait, this wasn't in the script. But
yeah, I'm going to wince a little bit at that, but I will applaud.
These brave people here saved our brave Baron Kennedy, which legally he has no ties. And she'll give like a sly look at you, and she's doing that because like some of you have to legally say, and she's like, I said it right. But
did any civic leaders show up to the event? Is there?
You've pretty much got the entire outpost here.
Yeah, I as you hear her say, legally speaking, he has no legal ties. I'm very hastily talking to the mayor, and you can see the words for legal reasons. Baron is part of the nom de plume. Yeah.
But without these brave people, this show wouldn't be possible, and we would surely be in all sorts of bother. So, everyone, raise your cones and your glasses to the Ringmaster Generals, and she'll point at the lot of you, and there's everyone's like various shouts of cheers and whays as she points to you all like with a hand opened out. See you later, Luke. And she'll give you all a slight nod.
Give us a what?
A slight nod, like an appreciative nod. Now, I do think that I really should let you all get back to your times and your regularly scheduled intermission
I will,
ending.
As she's saying it, just take the loudhailer out of her hands and gently but visibly just push her off the podiums. Like, thank you very much, my dear, lovely Priscilla. Ladies and gentlemen, if you would all kindly retake your seats, we shall begin again in just a moment.
Why do I feel like we just got named?
Because we did.
At least we didn't get shamed.
What was the name? Ringmasters Generals.
Yes.
Yes.
The Ringmasters Generals. That was the name.
That is the name that we are ditching the moment we get the chance. Because fuck you, Danny, we are not taking a party name unless we decide it.
It's
I refuse all party names.
Well, you've got to come up with one to replace it first.
No, we just don't need to ever mention it again.
No.
Okay.
And it's already too late because Barnett's included it into his ever-growing name. So
yeah, it's already huge.
Yeah, it's mostly you, but you know, either way,
the lights go back down. Galoot, Clod, and Pill are back out in traditional clown outfit. They begin a very simple juggling routine that just slowly gets wider and wider and wider, further and further away from one another. My voice comes over the tannoy. Ladies and gentlemen, would anyone in the audience care to volunteer a weapon?
Oh no.
I'll cast precipitation on Barnett's seat to get hot, so he jumps up.
it doesn't get that. I don't think prestidigitation would allow it to.
No,
It's
it
would get
like that.
warm.
Yeah, it's a
But-
seat
Yeah.
warmer. That's all you've done.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Because it's only a
These
cantrip.
RPGs are good.
If anything, I think you've probably made him want to stay in his seat more.
Make it more comfortable.
Ah,
One-
If
one
not,
of the farmers
just
has
I was going to say, if
probably-
none of you do, I'd imagine there is plenty of militiamen that would
Yeah.
easily volunteer, like a pitchfork, a spear, a pike, probably like a cudgel or something.
Yeah, and they like just start chucking more and more weapons into the
Make a dex
sort of
save.
cloud of stuff that's being juggled. And it just keeps getting wider and wider, and some of the weapons that are coming out have blades on them, but they're still sort of flying in between the three clowns. It gets a little bit slapstick in places where they intentionally let them hit themselves in the side of the head, and yet somehow keep things moving. Who has the highest passive perception in the group?
Oh, what's my PP?
How big is your PP, guys?
10.
That is a small PP.
It's 10 plus perception, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah. Any advance on a 16?
Anybody, 16, do we hit 17, 17, 17,
no,
17, 18,
16's
18,
off.
maybe, no, 16, 16 has it.
More than good enough, anyway. You're very distracted by the sort of business around the edge of the ring, like this increasingly dangerous juggling act. A seesaw has been brought into the middle, and you can see now that the Owlbear Timbershrike has been led up to a large platform at the raised end of the of the seesaw, and the dwarf Dethin is being rolled in his barrel onto the other end of the seesaw.
Quick question: Is
As
this
I
a new
announced their
barrel
arrival.
or the fireballed barrel?
This is a hot fresh barrel. This one is
Cool.
slightly
We got to
less crispy.
reload. Perfect.
Yeah. They reloaded the dwarf.
Yeah.
My voice comes over. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the return of Dethin and Gleeta. Are we ready? Drum roll as the juggling continues. 3. Audience joins in. 2. 1. The owlbear jumps down, launches the dwarf into the air. All of the stuff that's been juggled gets thrown into the air at the same time. Gleeta fires like a few dozen magic missiles in one massive cloud, and they go straight towards the dwarf, but very, very nearly just weave around him and strike some of the bowling pins and things that they were juggling. Huge burst of confetti. The dwarves come round, handing weapons back out to the people who own them.
Yeah.
Big round of applause as my voice comes back over the loud hailer. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome and be ready for excitement. Tolos the Wonderful. Very mustachioed gentleman in a waistcoat that very nearly rivals mine emerges, takes the loud hailer from me and says, "Ladies and gentlemen, you've been a wonderful audience. Can I have a volunteer?"
Can Dak make a wisdom save?
yeah.
Okay. You feel an
I'd say-
urge. You feel an urge to, I volunteer, but you manage to suppress it unless you choose to override that own suppression yourself. You kind of feel like, I want to fucking do this. I want to fucking do this, but you manage to just hold it back. But you can choose to forego that if you wish.
I'll hold it back.
Aye. Does anybody else from the party volunteer? Because again, if not, I'm sure there are
Not
plenty of
anybody.
interested parties. Okay,
Member of
The
the rest of
person-
the audience?
yeah. You see,
Any other character?
you see like a young, middle of the road built human. Probably looks like a farmhand of some sort. Step forward and go, yeah, I'll have a go. What do you need?
Sir, if you would kindly join me in the ring. Give him a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
And there's a few raucous people behind him like, go on, Darren, fucking get him. And like, if you like, probably being a bit bullish. Someone probably pushed him forward. Like, honestly.
Yeah.
And like, you can almost see him look back. You
Cringing.
see him look back like, oh fuck's sake, guy. Yeah, sure, and he'll walk into the ring and follow your direction.
It's not a golden dwarf, is it?
Tolos the Wonderful is a very, very good magician. He's very fast. He talks very quick. Who has the highest passive insight in the group?
Ooh.
I've got 10.
14.
11.
The 11,
1 second.
12.
16
Another
again.
16. Yeah.
I think 16 will
it's
have
very,
it.
very clear that this guy is severely up himself. Like the guy has an ego the size of the goddamn tent. He's very, very proud of himself and his stage magic act. It's good. It's very good, but he does not deserve to be as proud of himself as he is. If there is a low point to this whole performance, Tolos the Wonderful is it. The grand finale of it all brings together a lot of the themes and stuff that he weaved throughout his performance, and it's good, but somehow he ruins it just by being himself. I emerge back into the center ring, no loud hailer in hand, as Tolos the Wonderful sort of drifts back into the back of the tent. And I sing. And I'm not bad at it either. It helps that while I'm under the spotlight, Priscilla is sort of weaving in and out of the spotlight, sort of very seductively dancing around me. It's very much a sort of, it's an almost Frank Sinatra Rat Pack style piece.
Yeah, something you can almost imagine like a smoky bar.
Yeah. It's a sort of bawdy love song turned into a sort of very, very sensual piece that does not suit the big fat man in the middle of the room. But my God, he can sing it. At the very, very end, as you're expecting Priscilla to re-emerge into the spotlight, as I extend a hand to her, I take the hand of Claude, who emerges in an identical dress, goes in for the kiss before I just drop him in the sand. The light goes up. Vlad, you're probably the only one who noticed. Everybody from the circus, apart from Tolos the Wonderful, have gathered into the central ring for a big, grand showstopper ending. Timbershrike and Volstar, Gleeter and Deathin, Priscilla, all of the clowns, some of the side characters like Shineholt the Strongman, Canifer, who showed you to your seats, comes out spitting fire, a bunch of people you've seen like around and about the tents but haven't picked up the names of. Do this big, grand showstopper ending, grand sort of wheeling, spinning, fantastical, sort of big musical number before it all comes crashing to a halt, and I yell over all of it, "Ladies and gentlemen, you have been a wonderful audience. Thank you very much, and good night."
And everyone from the town, obviously you guys may respond as you wish. Claps, there we go. And there's raucous cheer and applause, and some from the crowd behind you guys, like some copper coins get thrown in, and some various other things like little knapsacks with probably different goods and things like this in, and stuff you don't know. All get thrown in front of the ring boundary that you've probably set up in the center, and you guys, as the circus, take a moment to soak it all in. A couple of hands like clasp onto you guys who were sat down at the front, and a couple of like people shout up like, "Thanks for making this show. Yeah, really, really good. Thank you." Like, honestly, they said you guys all sorted it. And then you hear a couple of people say, "Ringmaster Generals, congratulations. Thank you. You've all been wonderful." And cool. And then some people start to disperse. Some stay for a moment as you guys soak in the applause and the affection. Some people start to leave, go back to whatever they were doing on the... Because bearing in mind, this is the morning still. And like as the canopy of the entrance opens, you can see the daylight actually come radiating back in. And you can kind of get like acclimatized to how bright it is outside compared to how well they'd controlled the lighting and stuff inside. It felt completely like different. And everyone seems to go, and a lot of the stagehands and stuff, and the other acts start to collect some of the things that are thrown in. You guys have a moment? What are you doing?
Well, Josiah just be clapping and, "Oh, that was good, that was."
Very impressive. Well done.
Very nice change of pace.
Oh, yeah.
Priscilla will come over to you guys, like leaving the center of the ring. That was good fun. I hope you all enjoyed it. And I hope it was worth the hassle of saving Kennedy over there.
Oh, Big Kev. Yeah, he's all right, Big Kev.
We'd have done that anyway.
For the love of God, you're not going to let me live that down, are you?
Oh no, I'm not doing it to insult you. I'm doing it to piss him off.
Oh, I know, but just remember who was the one that accidentally said it.
Big.
But you all seem to have had a good time, yes?
It's been
It's a
a
very good show.
change of place, change of pace.
Hmm. Now, I noticed some of you, at least, during the show didn't talk to each other too much, so I'll leave you all to catch up, as it seems you all aren't as familiar with each other. But if you want to speak any more, and if you want to see the owlbears, looking at you, Dak, as I know you were interested in some of the secrets, maybe I can facilitate at least letting you look, but I can't answer any questions, obviously. I'll leave
There
you
you
all
are.
to it. Thank you. Again, it means a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And she'll give you an all, like, she'll look each and every one of you in the eyes, just like as a meaningful, like, genuine, appreciate it. And she will leave. Ringmaster, as always, stays bang center of the ring and will be the last one to leave. You just kind of stand there, like, you know, like in an old film where it's like the freeze frame at the end. He's there, bang center, not moving, not speaking. Fuck you, Liam, you made me a unicorn. And eventually, you'll be the last one in the ring. So then you may leave if you wish to go and get your Yelp reviews from the Ringmaster Generals.
No. I have something more important
Oh.
to do. Tolos
Oh.
was drunk during the matinee, and I'm not having it. So I'm going to go
Okay.
and scream at Tolos the Wonderful.
Oh, is that why he wasn't at the end?
Yep.
God fucking damn it. So yeah, you kind of like think about, and then you kind of just like, and you kind of like just about turn, and you go in search, and eventually, some of you with the keener ear, especially when it starts quieting down, you'll probably hear the occasional word being said towards Tolos.
You son of a bitch. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's like you'll
By the way,
hear.
we don't talk. We don't say during the kids' shows.
Yeah. Like, so, like, what it is, it's behind like another like thick leather curtain, and you don't hear nothing. And then as like Galoot opens the curtain to walk through, you just hear, "You disappoint me, you son of a bitch." Then it cuts off again. And you just hear literally snippets as people are walking in, and like people going in and out of the back gun. This shit's normal. It's usually a different person. It's not always the same person being Brady, but you fuck up, you get burnt. Verbally, not literally.
Mm.
I mean, you're not, maybe. I don't know.
Well.
You run your own ship. So, as a party, you guys still sat and or stood around together in where the front row of the seats was. You guys have the day ahead of you. You obviously have now got each other for some degree, because you guys have all come in with different reasons, different meanings, and were thrust into quite a deadly mission with little to no preparation, with no understanding of who each other were. What do you guys do after literally going on this roller coaster of a ride, from getting here to being attacked to going on a deadly rescue mission to coming back to watching a circus show?
Josiah will look at Wade. If Wade isn't going to say anything, Josiah is about to say something.
Oh, I was about to say
Go
something.
for it then,
He'll
Matt.
let you go. Yeah.
Well, after watching a good performance, clubbing a meal is what my friends used to normally do. A tasty meal.
I was just going to ask the business proposal now, but yeah, we could do it over a meal.
Business proposal.
Yeah, we
Okay.
need muscle.
Yeah, I know.
Why'd you ask then? Right, okay.
This is very awkward. Maybe we go to we can't go to the tavern because it was destroyed. The big hall. Yeah.
You do see people coming in and out of the tavern.
Okay, we'll have a look.
Let's go to the tavern.
And you'll notice that there is a new shiny rug over the middle of the room. And
Don't accept
it's temporary, but you'll notice, just sticking out of the edges of the rug, you'll notice just like a big plank of wood that has just been thrown over the middle, and then the rug over that. There are a couple people. There are a couple people braving to sit on the table that's in the middle of it, but not many.
Oh, right, okay.
That Sage Desire would like poke his like foot on the plank.
It's solid enough, but it does have a tiny bit of elasticity to it, like a proper, like fresh timber wood.
It creeps.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could just imagine seeing Out of Home Alone when they try and rebuild a thing in the basement.
And you can see around the edge of it, there's about a dozen or so thick iron nails that have probably been repurposed from somewhere else. That are like holding the plank of wood down, so you can't like lift it or anything. You can see the barkeep that you rescued the day before behind the bar again serving.
Yeah, I'd say sit somewhere else, not in the middle.
Yep.
Funny enough, the tavern is big enough where there are still spaces around the edge. So yeah, you're able to find yourself a nice seat round one of the edges. You all sit down, and eventually drinks and food. The barkeep will insist that the day's drinks and food is on him, as you rescued him. Fucking hell! Sorry, the attack mode happened. As you rescued him, and he's like, "No, please. Food's on me, drinks on me for today, at least." It's literally the least I can do because fuck knows what would have happened otherwise. So you don't have to worry about coin expenditure today. You will eventually take a seat. Food is provided, which seems to be a hearty meal of eggs and what looks like some root vegetables.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The time is yours.
Is there any entertainment going on at the minute?
Currently, no. You'll notice compared to the day before, where it was more of a general atmosphere, there was like singing and games and gambling and various other little bits and bobs happening. Everyone seems to be a bit more focused and everyone's at task. There is actually not that many people in here lazily like lounging around. They're in, meal, drink, straight back out. Everyone's going with a bit of a purpose, which is a good thing to see considering what happened.
Is the market up and running outside again, or is it still
Yes,
quiet?
it is.
Oh, it is. I'll just head out to the market.
With the exception of everything seems to be up and running. But do you want to wait because it seems the conversation is going to be had, Carl?
Oh, fine. I'll wait a little. I'll have a drink of the local brewery of ale or whatever first, then.
Okay.
Yeah, I would just get up and stop playing the flute just to try and ease the atmosphere a little bit.
It's breakfast time.
No.
I don't.
Please.
Yeah.
Yeah. After you, Miss. Kayla, was it?
Yes. I don't believe I've actually given my name to any. Well, yes, I told you. Yes.
We did. We all went round end of the last session. And
Yes, you to various degrees, you have all been introduced to each other. You all have each other's names at a minimum.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So we sit. You had a reason for calling us together?
Yeah, well, I'll let Wade speak. If Wade doesn't speak, I'll speak.
You know more about them than I do. So, go ahead.
Well, I was going to get you to... You're paying for it, not me. Essentially, my old captain, he's done some shady shit even for a pirate, and we need to find him, his crew, and kill him, or capture him. And Wade, sea sheriff, will hopefully there's a bounty, he can sort that out, but I'm just here for revenge.
Sea Sheriff is not in these waters, not entirely accurate, but yes. And
So you are or were part of the law enforcement.
not in this region. I'm from, well, up north and around. He is new where I've been sent to look for trouble.
So you've got to find this particular ship and comedy it back.
Yes.
I do just
And
want
I'm
to quickly, sorry for the interruption. I do, obviously, because you guys have moved on from the circus. I'll say it out loud as well. Joel, dude, it was amazing. I appreciate you coming by and having a piece
I
of the
am
session.
so glad that you all enjoyed, like, out of character. Genuinely glad you all
I knew they
enjoyed
would.
it.
I knew
Oh,
they
yeah,
would.
that's great, yeah.
I do. I just want to
Um,
say it now because obviously, if you need to go at any time, you're more than welcome to. I just didn't want you to leave without me saying I appreciate it. You are awesome. And
as
obviously,
much as I hate to love you and leave you, I think I'm going to step back into the audience. I've got lessons to prep for tomorrow. Folks, have a good game, and I look forward to returning. I am a traveling circus. I will.
it is
no doubt
entirely possible. I have pre-warned that you may bump into him again, and obviously he's more than welcome to come back. I did just do a shout out in the chat, so obviously if anyone wants to click him, please do. He's good. I will let you go,
Much
Joel, dude.
love.
I love you, dude. I will be in touch if the party ever intercedes you again. And sorry for interrupting. I just wanted to say that because I didn't want him to go without me saying that.
Yeah.
We don't really have him hang around for like 3 hours awkwardly.
Yeah, no. And you can't adopt him neither, so don't even try.
Folks, thank you very much, Dan. Thank you for
Dude,
having me on.
I appreciate
and
it.
screw you, you're a unicorn.
Fuck you.
Oh no, I can't. I'm not allowed. It's got a cooldown. Damn you.
Yeah.
It's only 5 minutes though.
Oh, I'll get you. I will get you so bad. Night night, everybody. Have a good day.
Bye.
See you later, man.
Performance does he get a free unicorn when
Yeah.
the time
Sorry for interrupting. I wanted to get that out there first. Sorry, carry on.
Yeah.
Was
So-
it me? Or
Yeah, I think it was Adam and Matt talking.
Yes. I have no actual authority in these waters. However, I have been sent for God knows what reason to do my job here.
So you say you're trying to commandeer or take over a ship?
Capture and arrest, and he will be taken to trial, preferably.
I never considered taking the ship back. That is a good idea.
We'll see what happens.
Well, yeah, Jacob needs to go.
But yes, more often than not.
I'm sorry, did you
that
say
is not
you wish to commandeer a vessel illegally?
It wouldn't be illegal if we get back into northern waters.
It wouldn't. Well, it
Sorry,
wouldn't be
it's illegal
illegal
at any point. I frown upon theft or stealing of any kind.
It's not theft, it's arresting a murderer.
We're killing bad people, and then if their ship's just left
We won't be keeping
unattended.
So who's this person murdered?
Theft of any kind is not something I can be a part of.
All right, see you
not
later then.
Are any of you
It's
thieves?
not theft, it's an arrest.
So you're arresting and commandeering the vessel and returning it to the appropriate authorities then?
Yes.
I can be a part of that, that's fine. But any other thievery, I cannot tolerate.
Although 9 times out of 10, it does come down to not a live arrestment.
Apologies. Can we get back to what the original brief was before we got so off path with commandeering ships and thievery? Maybe if you take us back to what you actually want to do, please.
Yes. And this would be, it's all been like semi-hushed. I don't want too many people, I don't want anyone overhearing, really.
Very
It was
well.
Jacob Prescott, right?
Yeah, that's the one.
That's right.
Jacob the Snake Prescott.
Has he a bounty on him?
I don't know, but there will be when I take him back.
just out of character, it's probably a safe assumption for notable pirates to have a bounty of some sort.
Doesn't every pirate have a bounty on them? Yeah.
Especially ones of any specific note.
Name.
I was saying that more for Vlad, like, because obviously being around it, like, most of any noteworthiness tend to.
Is there a local sheriff's office where we can find that?
Nope. There is no legal authority in these waters.
This man in front of you is the closest thing to legal authority on this island, and he can do fuck all.
My jurisdiction, I'm way out of my jurisdiction.
And how many days travel is it to your local authority area, shall I say?
Oh, Danny? What would be the closest port where I would be known?
Give me a sec, let's take you to the world map.
I'm only asking.
No, it's a good question. It's a very good question.
If we do this, we're
So,
in risk, really. of
just
repercussions.
for a bit of an idea, you guys, without giving exact, are somewhere there.
So I can't remember which countries were involved.
Is this where we are, isn't it? Yeah.
No, you're
Where
inside
in
that in that circle.
That's where we got to go to, is it?
Red circle.
No, the red
Sorry.
circle is where we are.
Yeah, but where are we travelling to? Is it there or over here?
So this
No,
is
it's,
what Matt.
it's still within the circle.
Oh, right. Okay, so we're sticking with it all within there.
That the entire archipelago is inside that circle somewhere.
So would that island be involved in the thing?
The legal authority.
Because you're on about the treaty, aren't you?
Yes.
It was multiple countries. I'm just quickly double checking.
I don't know if I named any.
And
I can't remember the name of it.
It probably would be the most notable ones would be Sahildanas and Saladas, because out of the countries that are connected to the Dragon's Trench via a coastline, they would be the two most prominent trading countries, because a lot of Multisaurus goods either go south, not through the Dragon's Trench, or through Sahildanas anyway, through their diplomatic ties.
Oh, yeah.
I'm currently the DM Night Sparrow. I've been running for these guys for about 5 years now.
Where's the fucking name? Yes, I work. I don't know if any of you are seasoned sailors out of these lands. Have you heard of the Western Sea Defence Alliance?
Anyone who's not from here may roll a history check, but anyone from the archipelago and has not ever left the archipelago, don't bother.
As well. History, you said.
History, yes. If you're from the archipelago and only the archipelago, don't bother. I would say by namesake, Naivara, you've heard of it, but you don't necessarily know.
Cool.
But you kind of recognise it. It's because it's essentially it's Terra's NATO almost, but more for trade only.
Would I possibly have seen the name across like a dispatch order or something?
Yeah, you've probably maybe heard mention like through paperwork of at least interacting with or dealing with, but you've never done so yourself, and you've never seen any of it directly. It's always secondhand.
Okay.
With those rolls, unfortunately, that's about all you're going to get. But there is at least some recognition. It's not like nobody's heard of it.
So I'm getting semi-vague looks in my direction at the name. It's a company really, kind of, but built into governments of different countries. So they hire kind of freelance sailors and ships. Well, the company owns the ships, but then they pay crews to sail them and basically defend waters from piracy, protect trade routes, the occasional monster attack, but I only had a few. That's normally left for Navy.
it is like any guild,
Hmm.
organization, business throughout
Bounty
the
hunters but on water. People used to say,
makes complete sense.
but with more legal ties and governmental. But they don't normally dabble because it's open water, so we don't get official orders. But it's kind of, don't go here now because there's border disputes kind of thing.
And they have sent you down here?
Please carry on. I'll be back in just a second.
Down here despite
Yes. To look around, get names, bring in the usual suspects. Although I don't know how they want me to do that with no ship and no one to take them. I mean,
And without dying.
well, yeah. I'm
back.
not entirely happy with them, but I will try and do my job.
as you said, it is not a very good place. Probably for someone like yourself being a lawman in a place without law.
So maybe keep the sea sheriff stuff quiet. Someone over here, the wrong person overhears that. I'm getting a knife in my back.
But say this whole tavern has heard him call you that multiple
I'm
times.
about to say, this is Ben, but I feel like everyone knows, everyone gossips, everyone fucking knows, everyone just finds it fucking hilarious. That would be my headcanon. It's like,
I guess we'll find out.
And anyway, I'm sure your friend has your back.
Who?
I was talking about. I'm sorry. Are you two not friends?
I didn't hear what the first word. I just heard "got your back." I didn't hear what the word
Sorry.
was.
She said.
Your friend has got your back.
I want the who in character.
Who? It's like, oh me.
That very Pirates of the Caribbean 3 Jack Sparrow, like they all look down the line and he's the one at the end going, "Oh, me."
Yeah. Oh. I'm not sure if we call ourselves friends.
It's an enemy of my enemy arrangement.
Yeah.
And if he does well, I won't arrest him.
And if he does well, I won't kill him.
I think killing is a bit excessive. Let's take the man into custody and send him to the proper authorities. For anyone who breaks the law and steals should be punished by the local authorities.
Agreed, normally. However,
Have you
he has been cast
heard the
out of the
phrase
ship.
"fuck around and find out"? Because that's like the unofficial motto of the island.
Sorry, what was that?
Have you ever heard of the phrase "fuck around and find out"? Because that's like our motto for this island.
No, I cannot say that.
All right. It was nice knowing you.
Where are you from, sir? Mr. Vlad, did you say? Where are you from?
I travel these islands. I'm not really from a single place. To be fair, I was born somewhere. My mom raised me, and here I am.
So, as I think we have well established at this point, I am not from these islands, but even I know that there is no law. Like, stealing is not a thing because there isn't a law. It seems like you steal, someone might stab you in the back, or they might applaud you for your ingenuity. Am I
We
correct?
make our own laws. We enforce our own laws. Someone steals from you, you get it back. You get some of your lads, and you get it back, and you decide the punishment.
Only the lowest scum steal and thievery, and those who steal should be punished.
This is not going to become a stickler point. I think we can all agree that at the end of the day, if we are going to help you, we are helping, not discussing whether stealing is a problem. I mean, it is a thing. Let's just move over. You know?
I'm just telling you the way it is.
You're telling your opinion on the matter.
I'm just going to say, if you stick your nose into someone else's business and they come for you, I'm not going to help you because you brought that upon yourself.
What have I brought upon myself by saying thievery is wrong?
Well, I'm just saying, if you go around saying that shit to people on this
I
island,
wouldn't say it. I wouldn't go around to anyone and go, "Excuse me, are you a thief?" No, that is wrong. I will
all
be
right,
honest.
well, that's good to know.
But thievery
Yeah.
should be punished, and anyone who steals should be punished. That is how it is.
And are you going to punish them?
If
Mhm.
someone steals something from me, I will punish them.
Oh,
Okay, it sounds like actually you might get
You
on all
will?
right on this island.
Okay.
So, why do you want Zen? Wade? You chosen us?
Well, you seem capable. I was gonna look for, I don't know. Never mind. You'll do. You're definitely capable.
Sorry, you went to say something else. What were you going to say?
My plan was to find a ship of people.
oh! I think someone else outside.
Josiah kind of suggested the proposal, and why not?
So, will this be the same sort of a relationship where, as long as we do good, you don't kill us or arrest us? Like, which are we going to be on?
Well, are you planning on breaking normal countries' laws? Murder, stealing, brutal assault.
As I
think in the way what she's asking is, what are you paying?
No doubt there's a bounty, and I'm sure I can arrange something for crew payments. But once I get
Also,
home,
if I can speak up, Josiah and Jacob's he's going to have his own share of gold on him. That should be a lot for compensation as well.
I don't want to know.
Is this the same thing that you were telling me about with this underwater ritual? Is that is happening?
That is
No,
the same
he's
ship.
got shit. I don't think. Did I tell you? Yes, I did. But no, he's just got lots of shit we can, reclaim.
If
Confiscate. Confiscate. That's the word I was after.
maybe a deal
yes.
of favor and mutual understanding would be more appropriate, I think, rather than you employing me.
That's fine. The company I work for, it's a lot of freelance. You come and go as you please.
Are we merchants of the? Are we doing as freelance merchants? As we all sign a mutually beneficial contract, and no one's actually a leader, but we all just agree on guidelines.
Excellent.
As you guys are talking, an elderly gentleman with a small haversack comes up to you guys. You guys are the generals, yes?
No.
Apparently.
We saved Big Kev. That's...
Zibaron is...
Right, so you are, right? Yeah, yes?
Yes, we're the Ringmaster Generals.
Good.
His head in his hand.
Like 5 minutes.
Well, I wanted to share my thanks with not only with whatever you did with those guys, but well, you saved the town from being sufficiently fucked up, and that's good considering I live here. I wanted to offer you this, and you'll offer the sack out. Does anyone grab it immediately?
Sure.
I'll take it, I guess.
Yeah. You open it up, and inside there are papers. You pull the papers out, you lay them out. They seem to be hand-drawn maps.
Ooh.
Now, these here, they used to belong to a friend of mine before he fucked off about 10 years ago, and he'll mumble something under his breath. Does anyone want to listen in?
Yeah, you want me to roll
Yeah.
perception?
Anyone that wants to?
Might as well.
I am too busy focusing on map.
Kayla, for a moment, grabbed my level of hearing.
As he mumbles, Wade, you're the only one that really catches it. You hear something like, "and my wife," like, come out of his mouth, like, so these were his when they left, and I repurposed them. I have no need for them. I don't have any intentions of leaving the island, at least, but they're maps for a island known as Siren's Rest. And rumor has it that there's a vault under there with riches and items of power and things like this. The only thing I ask for in return is, if you find anything, let me have a look and see if I could have something from there. If it's even real, because apparently it's not, but I've got the maps to prove otherwise.
Sounds fair, although we don't really have a way of travel. But if we ever do, I'd be interested in taking a look. I don't know about everyone else.
Well, you're all intuitive, and I'm sure you'll work something out. But if you do find anything, please let me know, because I tell you, it caused me a lot of trouble to get this when I did, and I wish I'd have gone myself. But thank you for... and he'll grab the nearest cup, which off your table, and kind of like raise it in a cheers, to not letting things go to shit.
I can drink to that.
And he'll hand you your cup back, as it was probably yours he picked up.
Yeah, he's like, my hand's still on it, and he's like, I'll drink to that.
Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll kind of like leave Kayla to pour over the maps.
Kayla's not doing anything.
I'm sorry, Nivara.
While she is looking at the maps, hearing all this, she will roll her eyes and hope no one catches it. Just like Jesus Christ.
They're crude maps.
I was like, please help me in a town full of pirates and ne'er-do-wells, and everything's like, you're going to give me stuff, isn't it? I'm like, okay, and just rolls her eyes up. Do you know what I mean?
It's 3 maps of the same island. They're all crudely hand-drawn. They're all done with what looks like a charcoal, not necessarily a proper pencil or ink. Each of the maps has a different portion of the island missing, a hole through the paper, at different parts. 3 different 3 of the exact same map, with 3 holes in different places. And notes underneath that names the island as Siren's Rest. And these are the key to the vault. And you can see these are done in an ink, the writing is, as it's probably done way after the fact the map was made. And it just mentions that these are somehow the key to the vault on Siren's Rest.
Okay.
Interesting. Well, it's appreciated. We'll let you know if we find anything.
It's the least I can do. I'm too old to go over there now myself, but it would be nice to have something from there.
Sure, we will honour your request.
We'll do what we can, old-timer.
Thank you again, Generals. Good luck.
I'll
And he will leave the table.
I'll bundle up the scrolls in a. We do not have a pole to even go looking. I can put them in my. If that helps.
Well, I think that brings us on to our next point of business of we know we're going somewhere near the Shot Jade Mines and we need to charter a boat or somehow or catch a lift to get over there.
So
Preferably with some sort of, I don't know. No, I was thinking more like a job. They must have supply runs. If we can get a job, we have a valid reason for being there as well. If anyone asks.
Us both being sailors, we're usually able to agree some kind of deal to get free passage.
Well, if you will give me just a small amount of time, I can see what I can find out. And with that, Kayla will go to leave the table and go to. She will go to where they basically the merchant area that's set up for them.
Mm-hmm.
See if there's anything that can be any jobs that they have currently to go towards those mines.
Right.
Any ships that are set to go to the mines, any trades that they've got currently set up for it.
Are we supposed to follow her or?
No, continue your discussion.
Oh, you're apparently already gone. Okay.
Okay then.
I was just going to suggest if it is a good idea, I will try and see if I can get a map of the area. Try and give us some more understanding of what is going on around there.
I'm going
Go do a bit of history into the mines. Or help I can be.
Yeah.
I am going to ask because apparently this area is very dangerous for me. Can I get a companion just for the moment?
A companion.
I'll come.
I can all be your companion.
I mean, I don't mind going as well. What are we looking for again?
Maps.
Maps. Information.
Well, if you're going with names, if you're going with Rose, I'll go with Michael.
I think it made...
I've got to flip through. I will go with Kayla. Then.
I think Kayla's already gone.
Kayla's already out the door and gone.
I power walk my way over.
Before we leave, should we ask the barkeeper first? Has got some here.
Somewhat.
Should ask the barkeeper here first. You know, if we've got some at the tavern.
You do that then. We will leave you with to the barkeeper.
I'm assuming that everyone, the fact that no one's walked off, everyone's up for this.
Not particularly, but
I'll be honest. I didn't hear a no.
You didn't hear a yes either. You didn't hear a yes. That was the thing.
There were no immediate objections, but I don't know if anyone's seen. But people are helping.
Yeah, well, about to say, yeah.
Rituals and ancient temples, I was in.
But we'll quickly do this in the order that people shouted out. Obviously, Vlad, I assume you still want to go to the market at some point, so I've got you on the list.
Thank you.
Kayla. You will eventually make your way towards the docks. After a moment, you will be pursued and caught up to. But you make your way to the docks with the intention of looking for any trade routes or anything like that that may be coming through here, anything that may be of use heading westward.
Yeah. I'll probably go to, like, the little trade outpost that our company set up with, because there's probably some.
There is at least representation. It's not.
Yeah.
There's not like an office or anything like that, but there is at least probably a person with a clipboard or a uniform of.
Yeah, like I say, they've probably got something to keep track, because, like I say, not much, but still something, I would have presumed. But yeah. So, yeah, catch up to.
Eventually, you will be caught up to by Wade before you get there, and you'll make your way there. And
I will ask then.
Go on.
What business are you in? You seem to know trade then, if you know who to talk to.
The trade ambassador to these islands.
Really?
Yes. Why
You get much trouble, or is there an
really.
understanding? Because that's very impressive.
We have a we have a presence here on the island, and going out towards the rest hopefully creates more diplomatic channels as we go. It's a still burgeoning effort at the moment.
So
Well,
you
to
have
be fair,
ships.
they have ships that pass through the area.
Okay. Wade was heavily hinting, but then drops it.
Whether or not we have ships that are going to the mine is what I am going to check on now.
Okay.
As for what's going elsewhere, I cannot just commandeer one. Hopefully
Fair
I can
enough.
find something that heads in the direction that you are hoping to go. Hopefully I can broker some trade whilst it happens.
You
A win
eventually
for
make,
you, a win for us. Yeah.
eventually making your way there, and just make a general persuasion check. Yes, Darth, you definitely ate the player.
Halo is taking the ball with the Umarth rolls.
Well, someone's got to. And I appreciate it.
Should have been you.
No. But the person that there's two people talking. The one is the merchant that, trader that you were looking for to talk to and get answers, and the other one seems to be for the smaller vessel at least a merchant. You can hear him talking back and forth about taxation of fees that they've got to pay, and for all the goods, the extra bits of repairing that have been done to the ship, maintenance, and they're arguing now over the total, and you can hear numbers being talked back and forth, and quality and quantity in this. You guys interject, and the merchant manager will basically go, look, I've already explained the fee is what it is because obviously we're using the lumber from here and that's how much it costs. There's nothing much more we can do. And I kind of see you two approaching. Apologies. Let me see what they need and we'll continue. And the merchant will go, fine, just hurry up then, please. And he'll turn to you. What can I do for you both? Quickly, if you don't mind.
I was hoping to get some. Well, I meant to meet with you yesterday, but the issue in town prevented me from doing so. My name is Kayla. I'm another fellow representative from the Ambershard.
Right.
I am here to try and figure out a little bit more knowledge of current trades going on in the area and what work can be done. If you are busy, I can always take a moment to step back.
No, it's fine. We currently have 2 or 3 ships coming through at the minute. These guys here heading westwards. We've got that ship over there. He's planning on going north at some point. The big ship is staying in the archipelago for the foreseeable, going around the different places.
A slight nudge for Kayla westward.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
As far, even if it's not all the way, might be worth a look.
Will this westward be happening to go anywhere near the shock mines?
The merchant will shout up. We're going to Hildenas. I'm assuming you know the place.
Of course. Just wondering if you passed by the mines on the way through.
Not directly, why?
I have a group of people who are hoping to make a trip out that way. We're hoping to find a ship or a job that took them nearby. 7 people hoping to get close. Hoping to get close.
Turns to the manager, on the dock. Tell you one. You said, and then looks back at you, Kayla. You said you were representative of these guys, wasn't you?
One ambassador to point, yes.
They can all work for me during the trip. Going towards the archipelago, the outpost they want. In return, I'll pay your fees. Even if they are exorbitant. And the manager will look at you, Kayla, like, is that even okay?
Right. Well, that seems about right. What say you? I turn to Wade.
Sounds good.
I suppose that we can do that, yeah. You agree to pay the fee? These people, for as far as they're going to be with you, will travel westward. Brilliant. So, we're going to Sahildanas. We're not taking the route that would take us directly past the outpost, but do good work. Look after us. Make sure everything's set right. We can give you a rowboat that will get you to the shore. And you can use the vessels on the island there. Leave when you wish.
Close enough. No.
And he'll spit in his hand and, like, put his hand out to you. Deal?
Deal.
Good. We're leaving tonight. Can you be ready in time?
I believe they can.
Yeah.
Good.
Mental notes, stop everyone drinking.
And the cover of darkness always works best to get away without being spotted by certain people. So, you'll point at the manager. You get everything sorted. I'll get your coin to you in the next 5 minutes. I'm going to go and tell the crew. And you all be here an hour before sundown. Pointing back at you two. How many of you are there?
7, I believe.
7, right. I'll make sure we have extra provisions. Oh, by the way, you're working as bodyguards. I hope you all can manage that.
I believe most of them can.
That's fine. I'm a seasoned sailor, so...
We're not expecting trouble anyway, so don't worry, but it's more of a formality.
Fair enough.
Of course.
Don't you dressed up like those fucking clowns earlier.
What was that, Danny?
Don't you dressing up like those fucking clowns earlier.
Oh, God,
No,
no.
no.
Not clowns.
Good. And you'll look at the manager. Look at the paperwork he's got. You'll have your coin. Well, he will walk off. That was, surprisingly successful. Kayla, you said your name was, right?
Yes.
I'm sorry that you're lumped in with this, but I appreciate we've been arguing for 3 days now about certain cost stations and things like this. And that's why they've been moored here for so long. They'd been arguing that the prices were incorrect, but at least this way it gets them gone.
Gets gone, gets us our money. All's well and good. What else can we be looking to expect? I know this lot need to go towards the mines, but is there anything we can acquire? Maps, routes, or anything to the effect?
Well, I believe if they're going to Sahildanas, they should have more than enough navigational equipment to get you through successfully.
True.
In terms of, like, anything I can give, I don't have anything at the moment. And plus, all of the maps and charts that we do have, we only have the one copy of, and therefore our use.
Of course. I was never expecting otherwise. But as long as we've got that knowledge. Now, as for everything else, is there anything in the local area we need to be concerned about with trade negotiations between the other islands or anything? Anything that we need to be? Anything you've heard rumours that need addressing seriously?
The biggest issue at the minute is having the agreements with the various crews around here to give us passageway without trouble.
Mm-hmm.
It's expensive, considering we're having to pay about 3 different crews, different
Protection
people,
money.
for allow passages, pretty much, yes. So we have to pay the Baroness's fee for the east and the north, and we have to pay... Let me pull up the fucking names, because I've forgotten already. Quick. We're having to pay the MIFs for some of the open waters in the south, and then I believe down in the south as well, we're even having to have words with Prescott and his men.
Prescott is in the south.
At least it's where he's asking for payments for passageway, but he only holds control over a couple of islands, so he's one of the smaller issues we have at the moment.
Do we know which islands?
Last time I remembered, it was by Ulster's Den in the south, the outpost over there. He operates just to the west and south of there. Don't know where he is specifically. He doesn't moor up in any of the outposts. I can hear furious scribbling.
Yep.
Oh, sorry.
Might be me as well.
I'm only joking. I actually can't hear it, but it's funny how everyone went quiet.
There is furious scribbling.
I heard the
think
name.
like nearly a page quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Well, majority of half a page, shall we say?
Mm-hmm. And
What?
areas that the
I'm not in.
What areas of the the myths you say are just open water? No specific islands we have to
Larger portions of open water. They tend to roam. They don't ever stay in one place. It's hard to tell where they're going to be. The last time we just spoke with any of their members was in the south.
Of course.
And the Baroness being how she is, it's pretty much most of the east and north she has controlled.
No specific location?
No. She's always aboard her man o' war.
She's got a man of war. Big ship for her. Never mind.
No, you're right. There's not many places it can go, but let's just say most people tend to avoid its areas where it is.
Good idea.
She does that. And is there anything trade-wise that islands have been requesting?
Let me just quickly roll for... Last words I had was New Horizons Post was looking to get some of the blossoms from the isle just northeast of here. And that's heading all eastward at the moment, but you said you wanted to go west, right?
Yes, but it's still good to try and make keep an eye out for potential trades and friends to make.
Well, if you can ever get your hands on some Crimson Blossom, I know New Horizon Post are at least looking for it.
Crimson blossoms from an island to the where again?
Northeast. The island where the Crimson Blossom is from is to the northeast of here, and that is to be going to New Horizon Post.
And New Horizon Post, do we know where that is in general?
Far east. Things have been quiet at the moment, apart from that, at the moment.
New Horizons. Okay. I'm sure we'll have further. We may end up having further questions. Is there anyone else? Do we have anything near the Shock Jade? A person for me to check in with there, or sorry, the Shock Mines?
Do you have any people to check in with? Did you say?
Yes. Basically, is there anyone in the general direction we need to check in, like the next outpost or something?
Not that I'm aware of, no. But we don't. We struggle sometimes to have correspondence between people at the different outposts, apart from hearing word that's already far too late by that point for the majority of it. We don't have means of direct communication, no abilities, no items yet.
Okay. Well, we'll have to arrange that at some point. But in the meantime, I think that answers all of our current pressing questions. Anything else? Turns to Wade.
No, sounds good.
What did you say? You were Kayla, but what's your name? Pointing at Wade.
Wade.
Right. And are you both ambassadors, or?
No, I'm under
he
her
is
employ, apparently.
Right.
A tap on the shoulder. I kind of wander off.
You're not excused yet.
Hmm?
You said you were under my employ. You're not excused yet.
Yep. Stops, turns around.
So good to have people working for you. Thank you for your assistance. I will let you get back to your work.
Yes, well, now we've had the price agreed, I'm going to go finish the work for their ship and get it organised and get them ready to leave. They said they were going tonight, so
yes,
I believe you have your people to warn as well.
Yes, we do.
Sidestepping now to Adin Naivara, I believe it was next.
Hello.
I'm sorry. I just love how this company has now just been put under my employ.
Oh, no. He has. Lead the rest of us out.
No. He is hiring the rest of you to join his expedition, which now works for him.
I work for you.
Yeah, I had like a full thing of I am not tired. It is a mutual understanding. I'm a consultant, effectively.
Verbal contract is not legally binding.
Yeah.
and then he just put you still under mine. That's great. Sorry, back to you.
But out character aside, I believe Josiah was coming with.
Yep.
Yes, he was.
Yeah. I'm guessing we'll head over to the market and take a look at some of the stalls and try and see if I can find like a cartographer's or a map stand or anything along those kind of lines.
Make an investigation check, and if there is any conversation you guys wish to be had, you may. And well done, Darth. I've marked you in.
He's just like saying, yeah, we need to find a paper person. I'm gonna buy like a template contract for everybody.
A paper person?
Yeah, you're getting maps. I want to kind of contract on paper.
Why are we contracting? I must have misunderstood a little, but I thought this was like a help us out, not a I want to put you under contract.
Oh no. So yeah, forgive me, but us free folk of the seas, when we all serve on a boat together, we all have a contract among equals, among comrades. Just say, everything's divvied up equally. Rules of conduct, don't kill each other. It's just, it binds everyone to a common purpose. It isn't about controlling one person or another.
Oh, okay, that is much better. Yeah. Even though obviously I have experienced some authority over the years, it is. I was a bit nervy about knowing that you wish to put us all under employ.
Oh no, it's Yeah, there's an agreement amongst equals. That's how the free people of the sea live,
Okay.
or should live.
Yes. I am finding there is quite a lot of strange customs around. Was not expecting. Bit of paper? Shall we find some paper?
Wow, like a document merchant and paper merchant for maps, for documents.
You find that the person that best fits what both of you are looking for is one and the same.
Figured it would be.
It is essentially, I can't think of a better word, but like a scribe, like someone who does writing and drawings as needed for people on request, a sort of thing. Does have some various things pre-made as the probably common requests, like notable spots for fishing, different places of like the jungles to the south and things like that, and it's a lot more smaller and close knit. But essentially, anything for coin, this person can use their paper and ink and write for you. It's about a middle-aged woman, give or take. Fuck you, Carl, motherfucker. And you can see she's wearing a simple linen dress that's like, it used to be white and now it's obviously aged in the sun and just over time, and now it's more like this cream beige type colour. You can see that she's got a couple of pockets on the side of the dress that have got a couple of quills, and you can see the feathers sticking out, and she got a small set of glasses, and around her table you can see with paperweights holding so that the wind don't take it. You can see various papers, ink bottles. And you can, like, as she approaches, she's completely, like, alone at the minute. She doesn't have, like, anyone, like, crowding a stall compared to certain other ones. But she goes, hello, what can we do for you?
Naya, do you want to go first?
Hello, we are looking for some maps of the local waters.
All right.
Something maybe to the west of here.
Not done anything too far west, but I do have some maps here. Probably offshore, mostly for fishing and things like that. And she'll get a couple maps and she'll show you. And they probably go like 10 or so miles away from the shore of the outpost. They're mostly used for pointing out where a lot of fish tend to be, not far from here. A lot of the fishermen go out and use these, and the problem is half of them are either blind drunk at the wheel or drop them in the ocean, so I have to keep making copies.
Unfortunate.
I don't know how far you're planning, but surely it's not this far, right?
Yes, quite far. Further than this.
You see, looking over at some of the other maps, you can see there are maps like of various different scales. They're mostly of a very localized kind. Yeah, so if you're going far, probably isn't going to be too much use to you, unfortunately.
Okay.
Tell you what, no, hang on. The best I've got is... did trade this one map before from a fisherman that moved in here years ago. Got picked up by one of the crews, so he ain't here no more. But he was from an island over in the west. But again, it's more of the local waterworks around that island. But it might at least give you something.
That would be wonderful. If you wouldn't mind us taking a look.
Yeah. Well, it's for the Crescent Slants out west. Give me a sec as Danny reveals the bit that is on the map.
Crescent Lance or
Slants.
Can you spell, please?
You'll see it in a second. Like I'm literally revealing the map.
We're gonna read it.
Yeah, I'm actually revealing a section of the map.
Single map. Reveal yourself.
Oh,
So,
Look out west.
oh, over here.
Ooh.
This is how we're going to play this shit, man.
Yep.
And I think it's interesting because it's like drip feeding you guys the cool shit. Keeps you hooked. Like crack. Well, no, look, as you can see, it's another fishing location, guys.
Tell by the fish.
Yeah, well, as you can see, some dumb fuck drew a fish on there because they thought they were clever, but it's not only fish that you fish on a fishing ship. Eel, squid, crab, all sorts of things, really. But, yeah, the outposts out there, guy came back and traded it for one of the local area because obviously it was no good to him now. Do that map for... It's not much use around here. Let's say gold.
We are also after some paper. Could you maybe do us a deal on the both together?
How much paper are you looking for?
is this for you or is this my thing?
I was going to suggest we combine it. I wouldn't mind paper as well, but not like wizard paper, just normal paper. I do understand the wizard paper is expensive. No need for that. How much do you need, paper-wise?
I was going to ask her to give us a template contract, like privateer contracts. This is Ben now talking out character,
Yeah.
I imagine like privateer contracts, like a
Basic
like a
do's and
template.
don'ts.
Yeah, I've got 4 bullet points I kind of want amended in, so he has 4 amendments. But apart from that, it's like your boilerplate privateer contract because someone must be selling that shit on this island. Like,
Do you just want the one, or are you looking for one for everybody?
well, isn't it one that we all sign together?
I can do that for you. That's actually be better for you and cheaper.
It makes sense. And I've got these amendments, and he tells them the amendments I've posted in. Then also, how am I going to do this? He'll go to Naya and say, is that Wade over there? And try and distract her for a second.
Can I just say, I don't think Nara, Danny, knowing everything you know about her, would be distracted in that way.
Yeah, no, that does not even attempt to fly.
Would you?
What's that?
Right. Okay. Ben, can I have Josiah make a persuasion check? And it is fair. I'm going to give it to with advantage. I apologize, Ben, but yeah.
All right.
I just mean that is.
I'm gonna give it a chance because there could be a chance.
12.
So am I doing insight? Was that
With advantage? Yes.
A second. Let me just switch on in advantage. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to laugh as much as I laughed. It was just quite funny to me.
No, you did. You meant it.
Oh, okay. Apparently, I do turn around and look.
Yeah.
It's not that you were tricked. It's more the surprise of just something not expected, and you do look away, but it's only for a very, very brief moment because you realize, like, it's a case of once you realize, no, don't be fucking stupid. So, Josiah, you would have bought yourself a brief moment before she would eventually clock on.
Well, he's she just turns back and catches him sort of saying something like, "Can I want to buy some of those interesting drawings you sell as well."
Walk away for a moment. I can go have a look at that really interesting stand. Excuse me, and she'll step away out of frame.
The woman will kind of just like smirk because she's kind of seen what's happened here and obviously watching you two.
I can't believe you tried to buy pornography.
The scribe will obviously look at you and go, "She yours?"
What?
Is she yours?
Oh, no, just a comrade.
All right. Not letting her know that you like things like this, and she'll kind of like anyone take your fancy.
It's more like she's a lady, and I don't want to embarrass her. But like, yeah, I've got some interesting plans for these.
All right.
I
Well-
bet you are.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll do a contract as you want. I'll get it written up. If you give me the bullet points of what you want in it, I'll draw up the rest. I'll leave space for a few people to sign for you. The lady will get a map. And what sort of things you want? There's a lot of sea creatures, a couple of mythologicals. There's one of a couple ships.
It's just the classic sexy female pirate genre. Nothing too out there.
Understood. And you'll see, rather than the ones that are like kind of like on display quote marks, you can see that there's a small crate underneath. You know, like the curtain. Like
Yeah, I love doing things off the cuff.
Yeah. Just kind of look you over a sec. Yeah, I think I got some of the fetal taste.
It's for someone else who's a bit uptight, to be honest.
Okay.
But
Any descriptors for toning in the assets? Big, small, curvy.
I'll DM it to you.
You don't. You tell. Like you can afterwards, just in case. But yeah, you explain because.
Yeah, I say, but I'll DM
Yeah.
what I've got in mind.
Okay, I didn't know you actually was that specific in mind. Cool. Right. Well, show feet? No, Darth. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a couple of pieces. Tell you what. The images, the map, contract. 2 gold 6.
All right, there you go.
And the 6 obviously is silver, but I'm assuming you knew that.
Yeah.
You have yourself. So basically, I won't be re-hiding Crescent Slants because that's what I was. If you didn't buy the map, I was going to re-hide it. So you get to keep that now on the map, and you get yourself. She will spend a few minutes. Like she'll write as you dictate, and she'll write each bullet point, but she's leaving big spaces because then she will then explain. Give me a few minutes. I'll write all the other bits to go in between all the weird wording bullshit that goes into them. Basically, she was just getting the main points that you wanted on there, and then she'll put the rest of the blah 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 bullshit around it. Nivara, you head yourself over to what looks like a driftwood carver's table. Someone who gathered driftwood and then has used like a crude blade to carve various different things. They're not any grand level of artistic, but they are pretty and interesting. Like there's like very crude horses and various other weird like parts and boats. They're a bit disheveled, but they're nice.
Anything in particular catch my eye?
Make a quick perception check.
I mean, I'm more here because I think Nivara thinks that he's embarrassed, not that he's calling her a lady.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Where it's like, the motivations are completely different in this regard.
Yeah. No, quickly make a perception check.
Giggy doogie. Oh.
Not bad.
19.
Looking over, like it's like a sea of like browns from very light, like sandy brown to like some of like a very dark wood, almost black. And then you do notice behind one of the wooden horses, you can see a very small. It's like a medallion type shape, and it's got these random imageries put into it. It looks like a tree that has been carved into the wood, but that's not the thing that gathers your attention. Because as you've noticed... What?
Nothing, sorry.
Who's going to tell me yeah, fuck off? And I'm like, what did I do?
Sorry, something on our end, something on my end. I didn't realise that I was unmuted.
Okay. Okay, I'm sorry. But it's around ish. And I'm saying ish because, again, all crude. And it's like this very crudely drawn tree with no leaves. So it's like a tree in winter where it's like all just the branch and stuff. That's not what catches your attention. The wood's blue. And it doesn't look painted, doesn't look stained. Everything else is of a natural colour, but this is blue. Like a pale teal almost. And it's about the size of your palm, relatively thin.
Is the iconography of the tree or anything on it kind of like popping in my head, or is it just blue wood?
Make either a history, religion, or arcana check, whatever you think is appropriate, because obviously you don't know where its bases lie, so it's what do you think it is?
I think I'm gonna go for history because they're all exactly the same, but history seems appropriate for who she is.
Yep. Because it could be either this, because normally where I give you these options, it's the DC's different. This is more for the fact you don't know if this is religious, magical, or anything else, and this is more a case of what information would you pull on to try and figure it out. You don't recognize it in any way. It's an iconography that's completely unique to you. That's either because it's not anything and it is just a pattern, or it's something you haven't come across, or a mixture, or it's for a purpose that is out of your parameters of research and knowledge. The young lad that's behind the desk, sun-bleached skin, and you can see he's got like dark brown hair and brown eyes, and fairly short, because it's a good one, that is. Found that wood a while back.
Where did you find it?
Oh, it was washed up about 2-3 months ago. I was walking the shores like I do and found this big log, and well, as you can see, it was not a normal colour. It was all blue. I took it home and I made a few things with it. But the problem was, when I took the first cutting, it vanished. And I only had the little bit left. I was gonna... The intention was to practice and see what the wood was like, because I didn't know if it was hard, soft, or... And it went. So I did the first thing that came to mind. I don't know where, I've never done trees before, but it's pretty.
It is. How much?
6 copper?
It's a deal.
Alright.
Oh, 6 copper.
Yeah, it's a bit of a weird one, but yeah, it's nice.
It is very pretty.
Thank you. I mean, I made everything here myself, mostly, but no, I'm glad you like it. If you want anything else, come back. You're always welcome.
Thank you. I will.
And at this point, you can see the dictation being done, so you know that whatever transgressions and embarrassments were spared have been dealt with. And you're able to rejoin. Just as the final touches on the contract are being put on. The payment's already been given at this point, obviously. And you can see, and obviously, do you put the little token away, or do you just keep it in your hand as you walk over? Just more curious as to Jojo see it, that's all.
I think she's still got it in her hands, like she's not tucked it away or anything, but that's because she just kind of wanders over and goes, did you manage to get everything you were looking for?
So I don't do I see the token thing or
Yeah.
Isn't that not put
do
it
I
away?
recognize it or
Same thing. History, religion, or arcana. Your choice, depending on what you think it is.
Oh yeah, I'm not good at any of those.
It's not about what you're good at, it's about what you think it is.
Okay. I'm going to say history. I'll do a roll.
You have no idea.
Nope.
It is weird blue wood with a tree on it. You have never
Interesting
seen
token,
weird
yeah.
blue wood.
Yeah, I've got everything, thank you. So I didn't mean to embarrass you, like you being like a lady of letters and all that. But yeah, I've got everything, and I've paid for the maps, the contract, and all that. We're just finishing off the contract now.
She kind of has this slight wry smile for a second and goes, "Very well. Shall we go find the others when you have finished with your contract?"
Yeah. I assume it's like near enough done.
Yeah, like I said, it's in the finishing stages at this point. There's just
so we can just say it is done and move on. Yeah.
okay. Moving on.
I'm guessing
Yeah.
wait, she will kind of ask at this point. So you are contracted to work for him? For Wade?
Oh fuck no.
No, I did not think so. I thought it must be either that there is more than this or less than this than I am thinking.
Oh, well, we'll talk about it, and you sort of look over to the scribe lady, but it'll be like, yeah, I said it was for revenge, and it's revenge.
Against the...
Yeah.
Wow, okay. Well, it would be interesting to understand more about this new dynamic we find ourselves in. And to put right what's wrong has been done.
Hopefully.
And then maybe you can help me. And once we've sorted out your shit.
Oh, yeah. I mean, this contract, anyone can leave at any time, but it will just carry on in perpetuity if there's other things to be done.
Mm-hmm. Well, I have heard that there is many temples and such amongst these waters and the islands.
Yeah, I might need a break from ancient temples for a moment, but we'll see.
No, it is on the docket contract. Remember?
Yeah, it also says you can't compel someone else to do something. That you will work to endeavor. I'm not saying I'm saying I will be up for a temple, but you got to remember all my friends were slaughtered in an ancient temple, like a couple months ago.
God, stop living in the past. You look at the future.
I have questions about that, to be honest. If it's not too hard for you, of course.
Well, I mean, I think this lady's trying not to overhear, but she's right fucking in front of us. So I'm like, we'll talk about.
I've heard
business in a
I've
minute.
heard worse. Don't worry, you're fine. But
yeah, I know. Yeah,
I appreciate you stopping by, but obviously I would prefer to not be an accomplice in anything.
Yes, it's safer not to hear information sometimes.
Brilliant.
It sounds like you have...
Your map's been bought, your drawings, contracts, and everything else.
It's fine. She knows about the drawings now, but you might get you a new customer. We'll see.
All right. Well, we'll see you in the future.
Very well, thank you.
Thank you.
Go on, you can continue now.
So as we walk away, I did not mean to overstep. I'm sorry.
It's a common courtesy to folks. She's a good, hard-working business person. You don't want to drop people in shit they don't need to be in.
Oh no, I didn't mean for her. I meant for you. She has just apparently done a very lewd drawing. I'm pretty sure she knows more than she wanted to ever know.
Yes.
But I apologize for overstepping because you said that all your friends were murdered, and I was like, I have questions. That seemed
Well, it's a bit blunt. You are trying, and then you're like, "Oh, I'm your leader, and I'm going to get you to go to an ancient temple where all your friends were murdered." You could rub people up the wrong way.
I did not mean for it to sound that way. I truly.
It's fine. That's why I've got the contract. So, I mean, what do you want to know? I thought I told you most of it. To be fair. Hello.
I've DM'd you what you just bought.
Yeah, that's.
I fucking had to. Now you've got to put it. You've got to put the bit you wanted on. That bit you sent me. Just write it underneath.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Brexit Shop is my friend.
Yeah,
anyway,
yeah. Carry on.
I didn't mean questions right now. If you have lived as long as myself, you do understand that sometimes waiting for the conclusion is better. Not today.
I mean, they're not going to be any less dead tomorrow than they are today. So ask away if you want.
Rose?
Yeah, I know. She's trying to think of a response at this point that's not going to sound like she's a total dick. Okay. I understand, and I apologize. I was going to ask more specifics surrounding the ritual. I am very sorry, but I'm more interested in the mechanics of it.
I don't.
Sorry?
I'm for out of character, Daddy. I don't think he really fucking knows. That's how I'm playing it. He's like, he would just say something like, "Look, I heard them talking about a ritual. Jacob had planned some kind of ritual. It required people to die. I know that. We raided a transport which was carrying people. We took them to this island, and they started slitting people's throats. Some of the crew tried to stop it.
That sounds about right, yeah, because I'm just looking over your notes, yeah.
Yeah, and he's like, and then we tried to stop it, and then next thing I woke up on a beach with Wade poking me. Like,
that is about it, yeah, because you obviously you were turned on when you tried to intervene, and you were rendered incapable, and you don't remember much after that because your fucking head was kicked in, basically.
It was stabbed, yeah. He's like, I took a few crossbow bolts and I somehow fucking survived.
I was like,
there's so much going on, I know.
No, it's the fucking...
I haven't even made the semen joke in this campaign yet.
The chat is full of feet at the minute. Like,
yeah.
it's interesting.
Now, this may be something we can look into. If he is trying to... He was obviously trying to complete something, with the blood sacrifice. Something we can look into.
He changed. He was more. He was a mentor to me. Jacob was, and he changed. He became more obsessed with power and magic. But I don't know what he was reaching out to. It's obviously this mark here, and he's got the silver fortress on his necklace, and it's like, and now they're flying they're flying the flag of it, but I can't. The mechanics of it, what they were doing, who or what they were reaching out to, I don't know.
This is going to sound a little bit out of nowhere. You are from these islands, no?
Yeah, aye.
Is there a library?
Danny, like all I could think of is maybe there's a weird guy who's got a shitload of books, but like that's it. Like,
yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, any sort of public knowledge center. I'm surprised you didn't laugh in our face. Like,
he's like the closest thing we've got is Book Barry, and that's it.
Barry Book, who lives.
Barry Book, yeah,
he lives on the hill, like over 2 islands over.
You need a book, go see Barry.
Yeah.
I didn't know if it was a bit out of their question, seeing as you just were able to buy.
Do you either see Barry Book or Charlie Chapter?
You can't buy a fucking book, but you can buy a picture of a woman. Jesus Christ.
It was going to say, like, well, it isn't just women. It was catering for all needs. It'd be like, look
she's an artist that has to make money somehow.
Yeah.
It's also, you look at what's needed in the area, public knowledge or
breasts.
Yes.
Yeah. Heaving bosoms is
We're in a pirate campaign. Don't expect sophistication here.
He'll probably say, like, look, that scribe's bag full of naughty pictures is probably the greatest store of literature on this island.
Maybe I should have purchased some.
Yeah, she's got everything. Men, women. She even says sea creatures.
There was mermaids and mermen.
Yeah.
There was even a kraken in one of them, but you don't ask about the kraken.
These pictures. Yeah.
I do not. Oh, okay. So, I was just meaning that I could research into this. I am very good with books.
What are you researching into now? I feel like we've got our wires crossed a bit.
Oh, see, ritual where
okay.
Massacred everybody, not cracking into stuff. I don't know.
There was either an octopus or a kraken. When she was flicking through them, I didn't have a good look.
Must be a crack on kraken action, eh?
Oh.
I think we're going to probably off topic here, haven't we? To be honest.
Liam, you're not even there. Fuck off.
Yeah, I'm there in spirit.
It's a very fucking Liam conversation.
It is.
Yes.
It is.
Yeah. We're trying to maintain the most we're trying to keep it above board.
Look, keep it to the dark cult ritual, please, and not the titty pic.
Aww.
So,
right. Yes.
The ritual, rather,
Yes.
Good at it.
You can. I don't know who to ask really about the ritual, where you could research it.
There is probably many places. If this is religious, maybe there is some sort of. Let me think on it. I'm sure something will come to mind. I am always able to research.
I feel like if we track down Jacob or one of his crew, we should be able to get some more information. Hello?
Rose?
Yes, I'm still here. Can you not hear me? Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I've had dodgy internet the last couple of days.
Yeah, no, it went really quiet.
So, what do you think of the others then?
I can't tell if the paladin, the holy man's either going to do well here or end up dead.
It is.
Right.
Sorry.
No, you were saying.
Not a. I believe there is some sort of misunderstanding. That is all.
Possibly. I mean, I respect Wade because he's somehow, a man of the law that hasn't been killed in 2 days. So I've got some respect for him. Rabbit Man? I don't know. It's a rabbit man. Merchant person. She wants to keep herself to herself, I think. Kayla,
yes.
And then we've got that pale guy who's racist to dwarves, and
the zealot cleric.
I've already said them.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear you say that one.
That was the first person they discussed.
Yeah. Is that the bard? Yeah, he's a bard, and he likes insulting people. Again, I haven't really had a chat to him.
No, it is early days. Thank you for accompanying me.
It's okay. We both needed things.
Mm-hmm.
And as you two continue your light conversation, probably heading back to the tavern, I would assume, just because it's like a nervous system for most D&D games of where to meet up. But Barney, you didn't leave the tavern, did you?
No.
No, you
Nobody
thought
did
all
with
of your
digestion,
work could
so-
be done inside the tavern, didn't you? What are you doing?
Yep. Oh, we'll have a drink.
I will point out as well, Dax. I don't know if Dax went anywhere because it was never specified.
But I do know that the cleric called out from the very beginning they wish to go shopping, and they're still waiting.
Carl wanted to
I
go
know,
shopping.
but then I stopped it because he was trying to run out on the very important RP that was needed to bond you guys, and then I'm trying to go in an order. And there's reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Especially because it's just El Generico shopping, could intercede and connect with people as we're going. So, Liam, you said you wanted to go and talk to the barkeep, didn't you?
No, I'll just have a drink now.
You completely changed your mind. Great, thank you. Fuck you.
Oh.
It's Liam.
Carl!
What did you expect?
Guess what? I thought you were going to do it, you fuckwit. Fuck you, Liam.
I suggested everybody come left me behind. Nobody took me with them.
Carl.
Hello.
You wish to go out shopping.
Yes. So I want to go to the market and just look for a vendor which will sell some seeds.
Okay. Make an investigation check.
Investigation. Where are you? Where the fucking hell is it? There it is. Absolute shite.
You don't find anywhere that sells seeds, per se, apart from seeds that have already been, roasted and, prepared for eating, unless that's what you're looking for.
I don't want anything that eating now.
In terms of viable seeds to actually, plant and things like that, you don't find anything. But what you do find is you can see that someone's got a lot of starters and saplings of already... seeds that have already, germinated into saplings, plants, and various other different things. You can see that there's, multiple large crates filled with dirt, and you can see dozens of different varieties of flowers, vegetables, plants, just general greenery in these crates around. You can see the guy... arms are black, filthy with mud that's caked on and probably hasn't been washed in a couple of days. You can see the face across the forehead and stuff, probably where the forearms wipe the brow. You see streaks of dirt just across the face and plants. Yes. What are you looking for?
Yes, I'm after. Are you got any trees, please?
Trees?
Yes, young trees. I can't
Ah,
see any seeds around.
right. No. It's fine. Trees. And he's looking over. No, you're vegetables. You're a cabbage. You're a posy, but that's pretty, but you're not a tree. No. Three trees.
How
Small.
big are these trees? Are they carryable, Daniel?
Come, look. And
Alright.
fuck you, Matt. Yes, fuck you, Matt. He'll take you over to one crate and he'll point out these probably 1/2 foot tall saplings. You can see they've already started to get the bit of thickness.
Yeah. How much are those? I only want one.
You only want one. Okay. Let me ask. How much are you? And we'll talk to the sapling. Right. Yes, it was. Unfortunate, but it was needed. I know. 1 silver. He
Done.
says. Right. Do you have anywhere that you want it taken?
I will take it myself if that's okay, thank you.
Okay, you have vessel for tree?
If it's only 1/2 foot, I can carry it.
No, but dirt, things for it to live, it to breathe, it to eat, it to drink.
Fine. It's going to be planted soon. Very, very soon.
Make a persuasion check.
Persuasion.
He'll look back at the sapling and he'll... How long? Out of the soil, out of the box, away from the world, unconnected. So...
About 5 minutes, maybe. Most.
No more. No more. 5 minutes, no more. Yes. Good. Pleasure. Business done.
Thank
Doing
you.
with you.
Let's just take that. You said 5 silver, did you?
Yeah. No. Yes.
1 silver.
No, I didn't say 5 silver.
5 silver. Right. Okay. Thank you. Let's remove that. Okay, done. So I'll take the plant, well, the tree, sorry, and I'd go back to the tavern, or I'll go to the back or the side where I can see some growth, or where like there's some bit more trees, plants, bushes, or whatever. Get my dagger out and just dig a hole, and I want to plant it.
Okay. Just for the sake of making a nature check, just to see
how crap I am. You mean?
Did you literally just bung it in an hole, or did you actually like cover the roots deep enough?
That's saying how crap I am.
It's okay. It wasn't a hard check, but you were able to do so by the side of the tavern, and you're able to plant the tree.
I'll then get my flask of water out, and I'll water it straight away, and I'll say this prayer as I'm pouring the water. Let all whom Selune's light falls be welcome if they desire. As the silver moon waxes and wanes, so too does life. Trust in Selune's radiance and know all that love alive under her light shall know her blessing. Turn to the moon and she'll be your true guide. Let life be given to in place of those who have been lost and taken from us this day. And I'll sit there for a bit.
Okay. Wade and Ayla, you eventually will arrive back at the tavern and meet back with Barnet and Dax, followed by Josiah and Navarra, who also return back to the tavern, and eventually will be followed in by Vladimir.
Yeah. Sorry to be the downer, but no more drinking. We have a job. Afternoon.
Oh,
So, what's the job entail?
It is a protection of a ship.
Sounds
Yeah.
Sounds reasonable.
Heading west.
Should get us close enough to the mine, which you guys need to get to, correct?
It's a start, and it'll do.
On that note, on this shared endeavour, I've got a sort of contract among equals. You'll probably
Sorry, you garbled at the end, I think.
Ben?
His
Have a
internet
go.
went no.
Buddy?
I think he's been drinking.
His internet's gone at that moment.
Yeah, he's definitely drinking.
So you can say,
We'll come back to
thought-
him.
I thought you said there was no drinking.
No drinking starts water falling.
Yeah.
What's up?
Oh, there we go.
So
Ben's
you
back.
got-
Oh, he's back.
You did.
Yeah.
Absolute. Yeah, you completely dropped out.
Oh, okay. Fucking internet.
You had a
Yeah.
contract made of equals and then it stopped.
Okay, thank you. We were just saying, just so you know, no one lords it over each other, and we all work together on a common goal, and just sort of whack it in the middle and say, read it and sign it as you please.
Yeah, well, Wade reading it sees the amendments, and he actually nods along. Like, yep, I used to do that. I used to do that. Yep. The equal pay, the no one's fully in charge. I would mention one thing though. In combat, captain's word is law. I believe that's every ship.
Yeah,
Or-
you usually
yeah.
elect a captain, and then you can
Yes.
elect a new captain. I don't.
Mhm.
Do we need that? Because I feel like I don't know if we're going to all argue over that.
Or they expect him
I wasn't sure with the. I'm just letting the non-ship people know. During combat, you do as you're fucking told by the captain.
Yes.
And yes, I know I just swore.
watch your profanity.
He will slightly. Josiah will tap the Harrigan on the head and say, "No, with your fucking name."
Oh, okay. Didn't say to start with.
I assume everyone will eventually sign it.
With my name, yeah.
Yep.
What name?
What is your name?
I'll just put Barney.
Attack
I was
mode.
going to say, the problem is, with an intelligence of 6, can you even write?
No, it's my wisdom that's 6, not my intelligence.
Oh, right, it is. Never mind.
See, I understand the contract, just don't understand how to sign it.
No,
I will
it should be the other way around, Liam.
I will show as signing it as my name, as Novara Zelocient. Just to give him a bit of like this. See?
No, because he's going to write it your fucking name again.
I did not give him my name, meaning he cannot write it.
No. I mean, he's just going to write. You said to sign it like this. He's going to write the same letters again.
This.
Yeah.
So he's going to either sign that or write your name again. So Barnet, write Barnet.
Okay, right, Barnet.
Cool. All
So
of you?
has everyone else signed it then?
Yeah.
So I'll
just-
walk up to it then. Oh, sorry, go on. Right.
Let's say I'll just put a +1 next to Barney.
Oh God. So I'll walk up to it and I'll have a read, and then I'll go, please tell me what you mean by no crew member can compel another crew member to follow or break the law.
Yes.
Your morals are your own.
Yes.
So are you saying that I have to be around potential thieves who
Yes.
and
Yes.
bandits? So you all happy there? Then unfortunately I cannot do that.
All right.
You will not be compelled to break the,
Yes,
the
but
law.
if one of you, for example, steal from me, I cannot follow or compel you to follow the law or break the law.
That would be a personal issue and not a crew issue.
That's
I
assume
remember,
personal
this is my
issues are in the contract. Personal issues like you can't fuck someone else over is like part of your boilerplate contract.
This
Like-
is
This is my point. If someone steals from me and I stand up to that person who steals from me?
Yes.
Then, and would you like turn on me if that person's stolen from me?
No,
This is
it
what I
will
have to
be dealt
clarify.
with
No,
as,
No,
as a
this is-
crew.
the contract has things about don't fuck other people over. You cannot hurt other
Well,
members
not
of
on
the
what
crew.
you've written, Mrs.
and steal
Thornby.
them.
I pointed to Josiah. Basically, if he decides to raid a town, he cannot tell you not to do it or to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm not bothered about that. If you want to raid 10, that's on your life.
That
But-
is exactly what that is about.
That's my point, though. But if someone steals from me, I have justification to kick the crap out
Yeah,
of them, as long as
it
you're happy
is-
with that.
Yes,
Criminal
you do.
acts outside of the group.
That's fine then. I'll stick with it for time being, and I'll just put an initial on it.
Okay.
It's got codes of conduct. You all just you're kicked off the ship if you fuck other people over. There is
That's absolutely
consequences.
fine. If someone steals from me, they will be then kicked off the ship with my mallet or face or whatever. I don't care. It'll be kicked off. That's fine.
It will come to a group discussion.
Oh, so now it's changed. That's what I just said to you. I get
It's-
to kick their ass, and you went, "No, it's group discussion."
No, you can defend yourself, of course. But the contract would be like to kick someone out of the contract. Personal issues are personal issues.
Just want to make sure if anyone steals from me, I'll get to kick their ass. That's fine.
Yes, this is a group thing, not a individual's thing.
That's fine.
Yes.
As I will say to Wade, and I thought you were the uptight one. And yeah.
Eventually, you will all sign the contract.
I'm not saying I kind of just give it a full once over,
Mm-hmm.
read everything in the
Mhm.
contract.
Find the loopholes. Yeah.
That's the main thing, finding the information. So, in general, it's don't fuck over other people, correct?
Yeah. I didn't have time to but basically
He only writ the additions, but it's essentially a privateer's contract, so the bare basics of what to expect,
And,
plus
yeah,
those.
And I think it's like if an individual disagrees, then like they don't have to be a part of it.
yeah.
Nobody is
All-
forced
yeah.
to do anything. If you don't want to be a part of it, you don't be a part of it.
But all
that kind of-
it's like club together in combat and don't fuck each other over,
Yes,
otherwise
but-
you avoid the
yeah.
contract.
But yeah, in combat, whoever is dedicated in charge has the final say. Out of combat, you're free. Pirate rules.
Mm-hmm.
And if this is any efforts made on the group's behalf is all shared by the group.
Yes, pay, and I used to do food as well.
And if
Captain
someone-
gets, if this was a ship, captain doesn't get anything more. Doesn't get priority over anything. It's all shared equally. That's how I used to do it.
And if someone were to be making money aside from the group,
That personal issue. That's
Well,
you.
let's sit here. We've all agreed the group endeavor is to, at the minute, take down Captain Prescott.
Yep.
That is our group endeavor. Anything outside of that is your own business.
Yes. Your business is your business. If we're working towards your business, we want an equal share. That would be a different with what you are. That would be different. That would be a crew ship contract.
Eventually, I'm going to pause it here because this is painful. This is worse than the quarry. Let me be blunt.
Looping a little bit.
And yes, you're all circling the drain hole, but eventually it's a fair contract. You don't fuck each other over. You work all as a unit. Things are shared. you can't coerce each other. Is there any reason that any character is going to refuse to sign it, please?
Everyone said they would sign it, to be fair.
I never
Oh,
said
for
I'd
fu-
sign it. Never
All
said
those
I
in
would sign
favour
it.
say aye.
I just
Is
literally
it-
said, Michael, is there any reason anyone wouldn't sign it and you didn't say anything?
No, he literally just said it and then immediately, so I never got the chance to say it. I have been looking into that. That's the reason. The one thing that really concerns me, that concerns Kayla at the moment, is the fact that it is a contract stating that a member of of the Embershard company is about to take out an oath to try and kill a pirate that they have made a deal with. She signed something. She puts everything behind it.
I know.
That's the problem.
I'm
So-
just trying to think of the brevity of everybody else in the party, because it's circling Draenor stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm going to do, get to the point, both of you.
I was trying.
Look, if Michael, if you want to write something up that fits your character, go ahead.
Yes.
Because it was just
Yeah.
Do that. That's the quickest way we move on, isn't it?
Yes.
Mhm.
No, she'll need. Yes, Kayla will need to make some adjustments to this. if
Either
she's
do
going
it
to-
between sessions or yeah.
Mm.
Because I don't want us all to sit here and just hear over bickering over a bullet point on a
We're fighting
contract.
over
That's,
hypothetical contract that we haven't.
the hypothetical
specified.
contract. It was done as a bit of an RP thing. Like,
I'd rather stick to this contract.
That's why the contract idea was shit in the first place. But let's go.
I
I've
don't think we're gonna
signed.
work with the new contract.
I have signed the
What was that,
contract.
Danny? I mean, so what was that, Liam?
Nothing.
Can't hear you.
I definitely didn't find a bit of a loophole.
so I'm not going to say everybody signs it because I don't know what the fuck's going to happen. Shit gets dealt with eventually. And you know what, with how long these arguments and contract negotiations are probably going to take, you probably ain't got time to do
And
jacky
also, it
outs.
doesn't matter for the next job we're going on anyway.
So, you all eventually finish discussions, eventually coming to some form of arrangement and or agreement to work together for a common purpose for a period of time that is unknown at the current moment, until such a time that things are finished. I'm leaving it vague on purpose because God forbid I say anything wrong. Is there anything people wish to do before boarding the ship?
Stock
I'll
up on
fill up
arrows.
because we emptied it out. All right, you were going to do something actually important.
Matt?
I quickly, at some point, I quickly buy arrows.
Easy enough to do.
Yes.
Book price. 20 per 1 gold, I think it is.
Yep, cool. I buy 40.
Okay. The day comes. You guys spend the early morning at the stores and things like this, the afternoon in the tavern, late preparation towards the latter parts of the evening, and before sundown, which is probably a handful of hours past noon, man comes and finds out Wade and Kayla specifically, because they were the ones that were spoken to. It's a young deckhand and goes, are you the people that are going to be joining us on the ship, yes? I was given descriptions.
Yes, we are.
Right, so you're this is everybody for the crew going westward.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Right. Well, if you all come with me, we're going to be boarding the Tanner's Sons now. And we should be heading out in the next hour or so.
Okay.
You're all led through the docks and up to the small ship, the Tanner's Sons. And you can see the last few boxes being boarded on. You can see the captain, which is the person that you dealt with, the merchant. Right, you made it. So, all of you, get yourself situated downstairs. One flight, and you'll see some rooms with doors open. They're all for you. Try and stick with them best you can. That'll be it. And you can hear the carry-ons of shouting. And the final preps of organisation as ropes are being untied from the docks and the ship is getting unmoored. You can see 2 rooms have been left for you all, with rows of hammocks inside. And it looks like there's 4 to a room. It is up to you how you guys choose to split this. And you can... And then another person, not the same deckhand that came. Right, so, I was told to let you guys know that you're going to be doing some bodyguard work. Is that right?
It's correct, yes.
Right. Well, what it is, we've got some people that are being transported over to Sildnas, and they're people that are important to keep safe. We shouldn't be expecting any trouble, but that's assuming they keep themselves to themselves. So just make sure that if we encounter any other ships or people, just keep them quiet. And there shouldn't be any trouble. Okay?
Keep them okay.
Well, the problem is if people
Hide
realise,
them.
either way, quiet, hidden, as long as they don't get seen or heard. Because the problem is if they're seen or heard, other people might want them.
Okay.
Very good.
Aye, aye.
You can, if you want to introduce yourselves to them, they're at the front of the ship on this floor. They're in the small, well, it was a cargo hold, but we've converted it into a shared living space for them. So, welcome to the Tannistons. And he will, and it's kind of like you guys are very much rushed onto the ship and then very quickly dumped to your own devices. Almost, you kind of like hurried down. Here's your rooms. Here's what you're doing. See you later. And it's very, you know when it's like a busybody where they're not as busy as they're making themselves out to be. They're very much rushing with no need. But this is, for some reason or another, this is how the ship is operated. You can see the 2 rooms you've been given. You can see that they're about 10 by 10 rooms. They're very cramped. There's probably a small corner where you can dump all your things, and then the hammocks are like literally next to each other. You can see them in a row, 4 of them in each room, with enough room to sway if the shores and the seas get rough. Does anybody do anything?
So, how are we doing this?
How do you want to do this?
I do.
Well,
This,
Perhaps we need to scout out who we are bodyguarding first.
well, we drop up our stuff, right, and then we go meet our things, or are you planning to take everything with you? All of
Dropping off first.
Yeah.
drop off non-essentials, weapons, whatever spellcasters need. Keep on you.
She'll her pocket, like a little pocket on her waistcoat. Yes. So, shall we just do this easy enough? I mean, I do not need to sleep. I can just meditate. It saves anybody any hassle. People need to.
Oh yeah, it's night time. Leaving should be fine. I think a quick visit to people we're protecting, and then under the cover of darkness, we can get sleep in.
So, what my point is, how are we just splitting it in half? Who's sleeping where? What are we doing? Does anybody need their own space? I do not think we secured more than these 2 rooms. You two? Wait, Kayla, you made this decision.
7 of us, 2 rooms. Just take what you need.
Just pick a hammock, put your bag on it, and then it'll be claimed.
Yes.
Cool. I'll go in the first room and put my hammock on a bed. My stuff on a hammock. Not
Your hammock on a bed? What?
Look, my brain was shorting out of the thing of I'm asking how we're doing the sleeping arrangements, and everyone's just like, pick a bed. Fine, I'll pick a bed. Just put my stuff on one.
Yeah, unfortunately, privacy is
Unless
not
it's-
the best policy in this sleeping arrangement at the moment. You guys are going to be very much on top of each other.
I believe around about I'll probably be meditating anyway. I'm not going to be sleeping.
That's the same as me. I'll just be chilling out and meditating.
Can you meditate?
I'm
didn't
meditating,
think you were
praying,
that bad.
whatever you want to call it. So, not too fussed.
Sorry, I meant for actual sleep because I'll be doing the Alf thing, you know? The one that we had so much fun with last campaign.
No, Darth, it wasn't putting a bed on a bed. It was putting a hammock on a bed. Different thing
Hammock on a bed.
entirely. Yeah.
But then you put a hammock on a bed on a sleeping bed? On something else, I don't know.
Well,
it's like
okay, yeah. A bed specifically for sleeping, and she wants a bed for something else. Got it.
What?
You just said put a hammock on a bed on a sleeping bed.
You did.
Okay, I was trying to do a joke as in like a turducken kind of thing. Never mind, it didn't land. I'm going to move on. But what I was trying
Neither
to say
did the
is
fucking hammock.
I will not sleep whilst we are on the boat. I'm only going to be meditating through sleep, like elves do.
That is
Yeah,
she said the line.
which is exactly the same sort of thing I do, so that's fine.
I thought you were a half elf, kind of
I am.
weird half. That's fine. That's something you can discuss with Danny. But yeah. Right. But yeah, so I will pick a hammock in the first room and then kind of wait outside. Everyone else to situate themselves.
Yeah. I believe some of you are going to meet the people that you are, quote marks, guarding.
Yeah.
Yes.
You make your way, and you can see the door at the end. You can see another set of stairs that descend further into the bells of the ship, and then there's a door dead ahead of you, which you assume is the correct door. You just open it, do you knock, do you shout?
Knock.
A few moments later. Come in.
Okay.
You open the door,
Yeah.
and
well,
you can see,
door.
rather than seeing like a cargo hold that you told this room was, you can see, crude, but as best as it can be, a very decently furnished room made to breathe as much exuberance as possible as what can be done on the front of a fucking cargo hold in a merchant ship. You can see a small family. You can see what looks like a mother, a father, child, one baby. Very, very well dressed. And you can see that there has been effort to make this room as fanciful as it can be. Who are you all? You're not members of the ship we're sailing with, no?
We are your security detail.
Ah, I see.
I am
They have employed extra security. And just for a quick visual, baby looks like, well, a baby, wrapped in like a small silken linen and being held by the mother. The man looks human with salt and pepper hair and a short but very well trimmed and cut beard, in a fine suit of dark blues with like a white undershirt. The lady is in a very well designed dress that's form fitting at the top and then like floofs out just a little bit at the hips going down, and it is extremely well made. Like, these two are, compared to not only this ship, this room, the entire fucking outpost, like, they stand out like a sore thumb. They look nobility to such a degree. One thing that catches your eye is different all over. She bears, the lady bears a lot of resemblance to Kayla in multiple ways. Like, you kind of look at them and go, cousins maybe, distant relatives. They have like resemblance, but they're distinctly different, but yet weirdly similar. Wearing this purple dress. Well, it is a pleasure to meet you all. I am Lady Tristana, and this is my husband, and it is a pleasure to have you all accompany us and be our protectorate.
Of course.
We will keep you safe. The captain said quiet is the best route.
Yes,
So,
that is completely correct, considering our situation, which I do hope you're understanding that we don't wish to speak of it at the moment.
Of course.
Considering
That's
we've
fine.
only just met you all, but
Yeah.
the less people that are aware of us, the better.
Yes.
Honestly, it's a
so-
wonder why the captain allowed people he has only just met to know this, but... This is my husband, Alistair. And this is our daughter. Hopefully, we shall get where we're going quickly. And are you all travelling the entire distance with us?
We're not, are we? We're getting dropped off.
Right.
That's out of character.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yes, you are.
Yes. Do I lie? They just don't answer.
Yes, we are travelling for a good portion of the way.
Understood. Well, obviously, I would ask that you only come here if you need anything. Do you need anything? Is this why you have come?
No,
For this
that's
time,
fine. We just
An introduction.
an
Right.
introduction.
Understood. Well, it is a pleasure to meet you all. What are your names? If I could be so prudent.
I am Wade.
Kayla.
Dax.
Ringmaster General Barnett.
Understood.
Josiah.
Oh, sorry, Josiah. I am Naya, not Josiah. I was saying sorry. Yeah.
Understood. It is a pleasure to meet you all, and may this journey be pleasant. If you don't mind, it is... I know we're about to be leaving soon, and I would like to settle Claire here down to sleep before we leave. She doesn't like the initial jostling, as it were.
Yes, we were just introducing ourselves and making sure we knew who you were so we can look after you. Out in the sea, you can probably wander around. Well, that would be the captain's decision, but I would keep below decks. I don't know how secretive you want to be, but if somebody tells you to get in this room, I would go immediately.
We know. We've kept to this room for the majority of the journey unless absolutely necessary.
Okay. How far away were this out of character? How far away are our rooms? Are we?
You're about 4 or 5 doors down. It's probably 30 foot at most.
Okay. So I describe where our rooms are. If you need anything, even if it's just food, water, whatever they have for entertainment on this ship, let us know, and someone will bring it to you.
Thank you. Your assistance is appreciated, and I'm sure we will call upon it when we need.
Huh? I'm sure everything will be fine.
And you feel the ship just rock slightly as like some of the, as it's probably being pushed off the pier very slightly. Right, well, I'm sure you will have work to do. Thank you again, and I shall speak to some of you in the future, I would hope, during this journey.
Yes.
According to chat, the baby is a 70-year-old Russian plotting to sacrifice the family.
No, he's a rapper.
No, like...
Baby.
What? Whatever. Anyway.
A baby.
You guys, I'd imagine now... like I said, this is a bit jarring because you open the door to expecting, like... I'd imagine some of you were probably almost expecting slavery, like, to a point. But
I wasn't.
you literally... Well,
I see your point.
yeah, but the point is you walked into, as appropriately made as could be, a nobility bedroom, bedsit type situation. You encountered, as far as you're aware, a lord and lady. It's just... I don't think any of you could look at that situation and go, yeah, that makes sense. And it's just trying to give you that kind of, you know, that weird, like, niggle in the back of people's minds where just so much is not right.
I mean, I thought it was
in these waters, that's kind of what I was expecting.
Yeah.
It's also a fair point, to be fair. If you have a means to rationalise it in your head, that is more than perfectly fine. I was just trying to give a generalisation of what I would have assumed. But obviously, at the end of the day, it's your character. You make your own assumption. I was just trying to, you know.
Yeah. Feeling that we're shoving off, Wade, visibly excited, goes to the top deck.
Make your way to the top deck just as the ship is being carefully manoeuvred and twisted to face the opposite way without having to crash into other ships. You can hear the calls, you can hear the men running back and forth, you can see the captain, the merchant, calling a lot of the shots. Seemingly not just a merchant, but a fair seagoer as well, and is more than capable of guiding themselves out. I'm going to put you guys back onto the archipelago map as you guys start making your way downtown.
Nice. Downtown.
Make my way to
Thank you.
Nando's.
Is there anything people wish to do at the beginning legs of this journey?
I've DM'd it to you, or DM'ing it to you now.
Okay. I have not received it.
A quick look around at how the crew are doing and the state of the ship.
Make a perception and or insight.
Yeah, perception. Uh, 15.
You notice that the ship, it's not perfect, but it is well made. It's well maintained, and the crew itself is fairly robust. They work well. They're a bit quiet. They're not as like rowdy and raucous. They're fairly militant. They're very to the job. Do you know what I mean? But if anything, depending on how you are as a person, that might be better or worse.
Everything's running fine, so
I'll be Ben. What you've just sent me, by the way.
No, I know.
Okay, as long as you know it just doesn't work. It's just whatever format that is, that don't work. Tell me when you sent it again. But yes, you all start making your way, and like I said, you're confident. You're confident.
Sorry.
Yeah, Wade just wanders to the front of the ship, takes a deep breath of the sea air, and just says to himself, "Good to be back." And then we can move on.
The rest of you, I'd imagine, at some point probably join on the top deck, more just out of intrigue and just seeing how the journey fares. Remember, you guys are leaving at night, remember, not day.
Yep.
You will notice that they are purposefully not lighting the ship too much, keeping light very much to a if needs must. They are essentially trying to leave the port stealthed as best as they can, which I am going to roll. I'm going to do so with advantage. Go on.
Sorry. No, Nivra won't go to top deck. She'll stay on bottom deck. Just as a thing. She'll stay in her room for this, at least tonight, if that makes sense.
I would have gone on to the
Sorry.
top deck.
Well, whether people do or don't is fine. This is just as you guys now continue and get your way going. Most of you obviously will eventually descend to rest relatively quickly.
Yeah.
Because nightfall has now come. The night has begun. The ship is sailing slowly, but not too slow, because they don't want to hit any jutting out rock or anything like that. Fuck off, Darth. Darth's trying to roleplay into this fucking game. He's trying to sneak and kill the baby. But the first night's travel comes and goes. And I'm going to reveal how you guys get on. Just give me a... Did you start making your way in this direction? Heading out westward, but curving slightly southward. It looks like a teacup. No, that drawing there.
I'd say I would approach Wade at the front of the ship.
Okay.
Yeah, during the day.
Is this a ship during the night or in the morning?
It'd be the night.
Cool.
Okay.
So at around midnight, we'll say, just for dramatic effect, you catch up with Wade, who's just eagerly enjoying the things in front.
Looks like you're enjoying the journey so far.
It's so good to be back on a ship.
Can't. I've done my fair travels around the world, but not much by boat.
Not much by boat. Can't have seen much of the world then.
Try to see a land if I can.
Fair enough. Not everyone has sea legs.
That's true. But are we expecting any dangers?
In these waters, yes. I do have a quick look. Is there like a I think it's called a sniper's tower.
Crow's nest.
Bonus.
Well, yeah, there's like a crow's nest is on the top. A sniper's tower is like midway, which is where the fighters go.
Say that again, Matt.
Yeah, crow's nest is like top of the main mast.
Yes.
The sniper's tower is halfway down, which is like a fight, which is where like the bows.
Just as an FYI, there is no sniper's tower in this. It's a merchant vessel. It does have the crow's nest because it needs for navigation and visibility purposes, but it only has the one.
Okay.
That is for the simple fact that only the one mast is probably sturdy enough to support such a structure.
Yep.
It's a two-mast vessel, and it's the mast
know.
at the back of the ship that has the crow's nest.
Oh, okay.
As that one is thicker, taller, and overlooks.
Yeah, okay. That's the main mast, yeah.
What type of dangers have you seen over the years at sea?
um, I mean, ship to ship battle mostly. Pirates, just people trying their luck. You know.
How did any like sea creatures or anything like that?
Sea creatures, not so much. We'd report sightings. We wouldn't normally engage. Depends on what they were, size. If they were attacking directly, yeah, we'd defend ourselves.
I say, let's just hope we don't have encounter anything on our journeys out here.
Yeah. There is one location that I know of, but if you pay a toll, you can get past it. I don't know exactly where it is, but the captain will know.
Interesting.
Is that it?
Does Dax always wear the mask? Has he constantly worn the mask?
Yes.
So, what's your story? Hiding your face in a land where law has no meaning. Most people don't care. So why do you still hide your face? If you don't mind.
I prefer to keep my identity hidden as best I can.
Why? Who are you?
Would you like to know?
Why
That's why I asked.
It pretty much I was when I was younger I was entrapped. I won't go into specific details, but I was freed.
So the mask is a cosmetic thing.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if this is too personal. I don't want to pry too much. But wearing a mask in a land where people don't care about hiding their shady business is a little off.
True, but this is what I've always worn wherever I've travelled.
Right.
Okay.
We've already been too personal this session. Yeah, you guys have. And even though it is 1:45, or you would assume, given the sky and
I
bullshit.
just flinched then when you said that, Danny. So I was like, I just checked.
No. No.
That's a long session.
It is maybe 1:45 in the game. In real life, we are very far away. That is okay. But the one thing that I will point out, Matt, wait.
Hello.
When you return to your room, and when you go through your things as you do, you notice something.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, Ben did something.
Has Ben already showed it you?
No, but I knew it was coming.
You find a new item in your bag.
Do I?
I have sent it you on Discord.
Oh, Lord.
We'll wait for his reaction.
Is one of those pieces of artwork.
Is this going to be one of these reactions like we had last time?
I just wonder how close does it resemble Josiah?
Well,
it does not.
You don't know exactly who did it, but you've got a damn good guess, I would imagine.
Okay.
He may not know.
And you know, and if it's okay with Ben, I'll and if Ben wants to, we can share it in the group chat later. But you find yourself with a piece of parchment that is artistically drawn with a small message that has been written on it. I will keep it. personal?
CPU,
Unless,
daddy.
Matt, do you want to
CPU,
explain
daddy.
what it is, or do you want me to?
Well, you can't show it on Twitch. It is a pirate lady wearing some clothes, not in the important places.
Oh god.
Oh, it's not the banana man.
Uh,
I'd say hat and boots, and that's about it.
And a gun holster.
There's a waistcoat and some belts.
And at least bottoms.
Oh yeah, never mind.
But do you want to read out what the very clearly post editing writing is?
Here's to something.
I'll read it.
The boot's in the way.
Here's what? Do you want me to?
Well, Matt, if Matt knew what it was, you might want to keep it secret.
I'll leave it.
Yeah,
I'll leave it. I'll leave it.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you just
the
send...
message is backstory-ish.
Yeah.
I will leave it. As curiosity reigns, you guys traverse into the next day. And going from there, I'm going to conclude the next dribble of travel.
So I'm going to approach Barnett, by the way,
Yes.
when he's by himself. I'll say to him, when we first met, you said your name was Barnett. Now it seems to be Ringmaster, General Barnett, whatever. Care to explain?
Well, people gave me their names, so now I have their names too.
Say again, sorry.
People gave me their names. I have their names as well now.
Well, I'm very much glad I didn't tell you my true name then, aren't I?
He said Vlad.
That's more part of my name, but not my name.
Yeah, but you gave me that part of your name, so that part I'm making use
You
now.
don't have my name then, do you?
Have some of it.
You do not have it all.
But I do have some of it.
Nor would I tell you my name, nor would I give you permission to have it.
Could I have your full name?
Sorry?
Could I have your full name, please?
No.
Okay, I could add that to my name. No.
And if I find that you do try to steal my name, I will kill you. And I'll
You giving it to me, I'm not stealing it. Hmm. I'll just slowly walk away from the strange man who's angry at me.
Very, very good. That was productive.
Yeah.
Very productive.
And now the new name.
Yes, the message, Darth, on that picture was, my feet pics as promised, 100%. But travel, and again, I'm going to semi-narrate, but obviously, you know the rules. Stop me if you know.
Mm-hmm.
The day comes. Travel is simple and easy. The waters, at least around here, are fairly clear. Obviously, you guys don't have access to spy glasses and things like that, so unless you guys wish to...
I have sea navigation tools, I believe.
That's things like sextants and measures for sea charts.
Okay.
Spy glasses.
Are you the navigator?
I'd say that's where I was about to head to as well as part of the thing.
Yeah, you certainly may go and look out to maybe see if you can see anything,
Yes.
but obviously
I will
without
spend as much time as possible
Yeah.
on top deck.
the point is, without real tools to see distance, you're gonna struggle to like see. Oh, we've just passed an island, unless you get told or you hear.
Fair enough.
And I will have gone to the map room and navigation and stuff. Mainly to
If
get
they'll
an
let you
understanding.
win.
I will spend my time guarding the doors to where the family are.
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
I will just hang around watching the others. Just kind of seeing all these awkward conversations and being like, geez. But yeah, I'll just hang around. I'm not doing anything particular.
Yeah. Well, as you can see, I'm marking it out as you guys are going, and I'm being fairly generous with the width, because obviously, remember, each square is 15 miles wide. Just bear that in mind. But it is open ocean, so
Yeah, so it's all flat.
Sorry,
yeah,
did you say 50 miles or
15. It's at the bottom, look.
That's what I thought. If we said 50, I was like,
No,
wait a
no, no,
minute.
no, no, no. 15. But again, the day to travel, it comes and it goes. This is... The map itself, like this archipelago, it's not huge. Compared to the previous map you guys were on, which was, I believe, 39 miles per square. And you've also got to consider ship travel, generally, as long as you've got the crew to do it through the night, is stupidly quick compared to foot travel, because you can travel while sleeping. And it's a constant, and you can almost do it as the crow flies in, because you don't have to walk around like mountains and shit. You can pretty much go in a straight line until you get to island clusters.
Yeah, so we've clearly gone round an island somewhere here.
It's very possible, and it's also good to start making assumptions like that, because it could mean shit somewhere. Like, these guys obviously know a route. I believe...
yeah, there's a corner there, whoever pinged that.
That was me.
Kaylee, you said you were going to the map room, yes? What was that for?
Mainly to get bearings of where we're heading to. Once we get where basically anything that they've got around the shop mines.
I would look at maps if I was you.
That's kind of what I'm going for.
Yeah.
Okay. What the information, any information that they've got around that area that will be useful for us.
Make an investigation check.
Investigation.
Because obviously this is you digging through their stuff, and there are people coming about, so you don't want to be too overtly intrusive at the same time.
Yeah, I'm not trying to intrude on the thing, but if it's anything that could help us at the time.
No, I understand, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So I meant more on the lines of, I am willing to ask for help if they think of just, right, could you tell me,
yes,
where the maps are for this area?
A couple of people explain and talk with you when you ask, and they say that, right, well, we're leaving past Ivory Sands, and then we're going to wrap around on the western side and then head southward. Going there, we're going to go and thread the needle between Bitter Lisp and Siren's Rest, and go along the south side of Siren's Rest, heading westward still. And then we should be passing a couple of small islands on the way, and then threading once more between the expeditionary island that you guys want and Genie's Lament. And that should be us out of the archipelago, so at some point you guys will be dropped off somewhere in between.
And if they've got a map to show us, just like, this is where we're going.
Yeah, well, I don't want to just really reveal too much, but you are going to see, essentially.
Yeah, even if it's just the case of, secondary map, here's what you see later or something.
Yeah, I ain't got the means to do that right now, but yeah, I can do that at some point for you guys. But yeah, at the minute, where you guys are at the map, i.e., because you guys are essentially here, it looks like you guys are about to start threading the needle between Bitter Lisp and Siren's Rest, ready to then kick westward and go underneath Siren's Rest, going to the left. So you guys have got a bit more down to go, and then you'll start going leftwards. So that means on the right of the map, as you're looking at it, somewhere here-ish is Bitter Lisp, and then somewhere here-ish is Siren's Rest.
I make note of that.
It's good, and obviously I don't want to just be a dick and not give it you, but I obviously don't want to. The whole point is I want to tease and reveal little bits at a time.
Yeah, but then it's like
I know.
Maps, and it's like
I know. I'll figure it out.
Which is why I was asking for only the specific little bit we were after.
But this is why I'm doing it verbally, because do you know what I mean? Because I think it that way then you can build your own mental image and then have it actually when you get there, or you buy maps. So the plan is, hopefully by same time tomorrow, we'll be past Siren's Rest, and then probably the day after that, you guys will be heading off. Is that what you guys expected?
To the effect, so the outpost is okay.
We're not planning on stopping any more in the archipelago now, so unless we have to, until we drop you guys off, we shouldn't be stopping anywhere now. The Ivory Sands is the one stop for us.
There are, and so just to confirm that there are no other outposts out that direction? Or just
There
and
is,
stop
yes.
those?
Between, underneath Siren's Rest to the south, you've got Ulster's Den. That's one stop off there. But other than that, and the expeditionary place, you've got the Slants, and that's about it. Slants are north of us.
Mm-hmm.
All the other islands are uninhabited, as far as I'm aware.
Siren's Rest, and Ulster's Den is somewhere south.
South of Siren's Rest, which is, again, as far as you're aware, you're just on the east of Siren's Rest right now.
Ulster's Den, and then you said the slants are to the north.
Which you have visible at the moment. Because that was the map that was purchased.
Mm-hmm. Yes, but the slant sounds like it's more than just one.
Mm-hmm.
Or is it Crescent Slants is so?
That's your assumption. The island is called Crescent Slants. It's just this guy referred to it as the Slants.
Okie dokie. I am slowly filling in the map more and more.
Yeah, you like kind of creating your own like sub map, like assuming where things are.
Well, I'll send you the photo. After
No, but that's exactly the point. That you're doing exactly what I wanted. Like where you almost like making your own map up based off what you hear and talk with and stuff. And yeah,
yep.
Those that are on top deck, keeping an eye out. Just make perception checks. And just give me a rough idea. What are you just doing it for the pleasure's sake? Are you looking for like, oh, there's a ship on the horizon or something, or are you looking for land?
I'm just keeping an eye out.
Ships mainly.
Ships mainly. Keeping an eye out. Dax?
Pretty much anything out of the ordinary.
Okay. Barnett, you see nothing of use. You see water. You see boat. Your boat. The boat you're on.
He sees his own reflection on it.
Yeah. At one point, you do see a large shadow in the water, and then you realise you leaned over the ship and it's you. Unfortunately, you find nothing of use. Dax, generally keeping an eye out. It's clean sailing at the minute. Even during the day, it's crystal clear waters, open oceans, nothing that you can see on the horizon or anything like that. It seems these guys have picked a route or timings or both or luck that's working out.
Nice.
Wade, your perception is slightly improved, and you do see...
I'm probably in the crow's nest as well.
Yeah, I figured as much. Following the ship, God knows how far away. But you can see a ship that's on the same heading as you guys and following behind miles away. It's small at the moment because it's so far away, but you can see a ship. Barely.
Okay. I do head down and inform the captain. It may be nothing. It may just be somebody on their own travels, but just want to make you aware that I've seen it.
Ship sighted.
Got a good eye. Well, if you do see anything more, if it gets closer, or if you can make out markings or colours or anything like that, or number, is it just the one?
Was it just the one?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. One that I've seen.
Well, if it gets closer and you can see markings or anything, let me know, because could be nothing, could be something.
Yep. Aye.
You've got a good eye. You've got a good eye.
I head back up.
Just revealing some more because I can. You start making your way. As you now start, as again I said, the ship starts now curling more westward, and this is over the period of day and night.
As we were traveling, I'm specifically keeping an eye out and also scanning, but mostly looking at the ship that was on our trajectory.
Yeah, it comes in and out of your view sometimes because it's on the very edge of your preface, but you do notice over the period of the day, it does start to get closer. It's not making too much distance, but it's making enough of a distance that it's noticeable.
I do semi-regular reports to Captain. It's gaining, it's a smaller ship, still don't know what it wants. Whether it's following or just following us or following this path.
Well, this is the thing, because a lot of people come this way to avoid the end.
Yeah, the end.
You don't know. Have you not sailed through here before?
No. Sorry.
Due north of here, there's a large whirlpool. Fuck knows how we got there. Fuck knows what it's doing there. All we know is it's there. And it is called the end because you go there.
That's where you end.
Yeah.
I can imagine.
Most people be careful going north of here unless you know the route. We're taking the south route because it's the one we know. We've never been north. So we try and avoid it.
Yeah,
and just for visual representation, have you ever played World of Warcraft?
Yes.
You know the map, the main Azeroth map?
The big spinny thing in the middle.
The big fucking whirlpool.
Yeah.
On a much smaller scale, obviously, because that thing would swallow this entire archipelago, but, you know. As far as your understanding, there is some form of whirlpool due north of where you guys are, roughly. It will fuck you up if you go near it.
Michael, put that on your map.
It is, don't worry.
Michael is turning into your resident cartographer. And
Michael's now map man. Yeah.
He's the map man.
In downtime, I will convey what I've heard.
Yeah, but I'd say each session we've got the session notes, and because I also get a bit of graph paper go alongside, there is a map of some sort that gets drawn on next to it.
That's
as well.
awesome.
Oh, nice.
First one is just maps of the island. Second one is attempted mapping of Ivory Sands Island. So the bits and pieces on the landmass itself. Today's map is the map of pirate locations.
Nice.
All relative to Ivory Sands at this point.
Cool. I do ask the captain, whereabouts is this? Are this boy locations for the tributes that have to be paid?
Oh, you're talking about Blacklaw, right?
Yes.
Well, that's way due east of here. It's mostly for people coming in from that side.
Right.
That's all to do with the Baroness.
It's involved with the Baroness? I thought it was a creature.
Oh, you're on about that bounty.
Yes.
Right. You're on about outside the archipelago, aren't you?
Is it? I don't know. I'm new here. Well, I haven't sailed.
Just as a thing, the first thing that he was on about, it's basically like a tax for toll passage inside the archipelago. If you're on about what I think you're on about, you're on about something.
The one you told me about, yeah.
DM it me just because to remind me, because I've told you a lot. You're trying to be vague about something that I was vague to you about that was so long ago. Yes, and I've told you so many vague things. Do you get what I mean? I tell you what, I've got capacity for memory. Not that much.
Photographic memory, but all your films already used up.
We're having to overwrite. We're having to like tape over tapes.
Facebook.
Okay, let me double check.
Yes.
Have you seen my note in Roll20, Danny?
Have I seen you what?
I didn't. I sent you a note in Roll20 like Westfield.
did.
I don't know. So you see it. Cool. So check.
Yes,
Flash.
yes.
Which
That is what I thought you were on about the second time, Matt. No,
Okay,
that is
cool.
outside of the archipelago.
Oh, it's outside. Oh,
Think
Not
of
a
this.
problem.
Think of the scale. It needs to be in much bigger and deeper waters.
true. Sorry, that's my bad. But Wade would still ask because
No, you were on
you just
about
know
the
exactly where he is.
No, the beast. It's north of here, and yes, we have paid tribute before. We'll do so again because it's safer that way.
Yeah, you do not want to be dealing with one of them.
No, as long as we keep it sated and give it what it wants, it keeps its hands away from us.
Okay. I was trying to get my bearings because I'm new to these lands,
Waters.
waters.
The ocean is the land of the sailor. I understand what you mean.
Water sits on some form of land.
Yeah, boy.
No,
As a
land
leap.
Yeah, boy. Thank you, Carl. But no, I understand what you mean. This is our land, and no, it's fine. The only things you have to worry about around here is the various people that control these lands. The beast can't come here. The water is way too shallow.
From my understanding, nobody runs these lands.
You really ain't been here long, have you?
No.
They legally don't own the deeds, kid, but they own these lands. And if you try and say otherwise, you'll find out why very soon.
It's that kind of, yes, it's the power is in control.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
No, I get it.
100 gold at Black Claw. 50 gold at Ivory. Hopefully, you're leaving at night. Shouldn't have to pay the last ones.
Oh, shit, he just said something. Hang on, pick up my notebook. What did he say?
He said 100 gold at Black Claw. 50 gold. 50 gold at Ivory Sands. And they left at night from Ivory Sands, hoping to avoid payment for the final one.
But that's what they paid. Okay.
Yes. They paid 100 gold at the Black Claw. They paid a 50 gold at Ivory Sands. And the whole point of leaving at night and doing as they did was the attempt to avoid paying third piece that most sailors would have to.
Okay.
How much did they avoid if they were doing that?
A lot.
People want different things. Some things ain't worth the toll. But
Would like not money?
not
More
these,
in blood.
no. Yeah, more like that. People, specifically. Lost 3 or 4 good crew coming through here times because of doing it. And not again. That's why I was worried about that ship, and if you see if it's getting closer, then we need to be more careful. But if it is someone from around here, they hopefully shouldn't leave the archipelago and just follow us. And we should be at any time in the next few hours getting to where you guys need to leave. If you still wish to go to the shock mines, right?
Yes, we do. And just in case I don't, well, I will see you again, but thank you for letting us get this far. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, well, keep your appreciation for the young un downstairs, the one who's working for the training posters. Which is the only reason you guys got on the ship in the first place, at least this time.
I owe her a lot.
Right,
Danny.
I am aware.
No. It's nothing to do with that.
Okay,
Shock mines were supposed to be 100 miles away.
I know. That was according to the guy you spoke to.
Yes.
Yes.
100 miles was
I know.
400 miles back.
I know.
He did warn us that directions were going to be vague.
And based on the quality would be based on the person you spoke to. But at about midday, give or take, the sun's high, the ship is called for a slow, as you guys are to prepare yourselves to leave.
Mm-hmm.
You guys have successfully kept guard of the people that you have been there to protect. You guys have kept to yourselves for the most part. With minor, obvious small talk. You guys have been fed. You guys have been watered on this journey. And it has been explained that you are to use the rowboat that you're about to be given. And you are to sail north. And you are to keep going north for a few miles, and you will eventually hit land. Don't go to the docks. Go to the jungle to the side of the docks.
Why?
Because it's a company-controlled dock. I'm sure they wouldn't just allow anybody in a rowboat to pull up.
I just want to clarify. You said rowboat, but then you said sail. Is it a rowboat?
It's
with
a
mini
rowboat.
Sail?
It's a rowboat.
Rowboat, right.
No,
It's essentially, they're giving you their fucking lifeboat.
Yeah.
Wow.
But no, at the end of the day, it is company-controlled. And I don't think they'll appreciate just anybody going on there. You certainly can go to the docks, but I ain't liable for what happens. Not that I will be when you leave anyway.
Yeah, it's a good suggestion. Thank you.
Is there anything you guys wish to do before you leave?
I do ask, so the protection of who we were paid for, they're going to be safe. Yes.
Hopefully. Taking them all the way to Hildenas.
Right.
And then
And out of character, our payment was passage.
essentially,
You
yeah.
get gold. Yeah, okay.
You guys worked on his ship. Essentially, he was basically covering himself in case anything did happen on the journey, which some sneaky rolls didn't happen. Good thing.
Yeah.
So you guys weren't needed. But yeah, basically, it was just free body work in case something happened.
It's free passage for extra muscle. Yeah.
Well, basically, his payment for it was he paid the extra costs that he didn't agree with the merchant person at the Ivory Sands. The what, like when things were more expensive than he was expecting. And he just decided to, fuck it, I'll pay it. I'll take these. These can work for me.
Yeah. Cool. Okay.
The question is, this is a rowboat big enough for all of you. And there is 4 seats that can be used to row from. Who is rowing? Because, yes, you're going in a straight line. But it's open ocean, it's still very choppy, and it's going to be very taxing, strength and conditioning wise.
Right.
I'm going to need... This is going to be a mini skill challenge to see if you even get to the island. Because I'm going to need someone to make sure you stay north, and then I'm going to need up to 4 rowers, minimum 1. Up to 4.
Josiah, do you have a compass?
I will point out, Wade has navigational tools, I would imagine, would cover it.
If you don't, you have mine. I give you mine. I will be underneath the boat, stabilizing for choppy waters, keeping it above water. So I'm like pushing up
Okay.
All right.
more than anything.
Okay. So we've got Josiah navigating. We've got Wade
Yeah.
underneath the boat. Who is rowing up to 4?
I can take a turn.
It's
with
going to be
someone.
both strength and constitution based.
My strength sucks bananas, so.
Because it's both the ability to row hard and row for a long time.
I'll have a
Okay,
go at
I'll-
rowing.
Oh, great! I'm with him.
Can we swap?
If you feel the need to during the skill challenge, yes.
Okay, yeah.
If you feel
Okay,
someone struggling,
happy,
yes.
I'm happy to go on the first run. Doesn't bother me
Would
as
you?
well.
I can navigate if I.
I'd say there's
I'm
about 4 of us that
strong.
can navigate.
Yeah.
I'd say, do you have I mean, are you proficient with navigation?
No, mine would just be
It's
generally.
It would be
intelligent.
survival based.
Survival. Oh, okay. I'm not very strong.
Yeah, I would presume
Yeah,
unless
Wade
you
has
can
a
convince
compass
me.
that can be passed around
Yeah.
to anyone.
Unless you can
We were
convince me
talking,
otherwise, I would say it is going to be survival for navigating, but there is massive bonuses because you have a compass.
I think
Because
it's more on the lines of people who had proficiency with navigation.
I know.
Which I do.
I think
I
it'd be
do. I
the.
don't know who else
Yeah.
does.
Yeah, but
The
who
sailor
can
would,
row?
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's why we're going to fall down. We haven't got people who can row either.
I can
So we
row.
going nowhere, or we're going in the wrong direction at the moment.
I've not got good strength. I mean, I'm at 10.
Everyone's
but I've
got
a good con.
arms.
I'll just
Yeah,
go
so
That's
straight.
right. Me and Liam are doing the first batch of rowing. How's that?
well,
Yeah.
there's 4 seats worth. There's basically 4 oars and 2
We're all
rows of 2.
weaklings, bar Liam, basically.
It's fine. I'm pushing underwater.
That's
Yeah.
fills me with so much
Um,
confidence.
Do I have a swim speed?
It's wading.
He's wading in this situation.
Oh, my swim speed is exactly my walk speed, so 30
Yeah,
feet.
same as mine.
Okay, I'm wading here.
Reminds me of a spell that can help resist in the future.
I take one of the oars.
Okay.
Oh, thank you. That's three
I'll
of us.
take another. I'll take the
Okay,
first
so
one.
Four of
Dax,
us, right.
Kayla, Barnett, and Vlad are rowing.
Yeah.
Wade is
Yeah.
underneath. Josiah is navigating. Can I get a survival check with advantage from the navigator because you have navigational
Oh.
tools?
I was gonna
And
say, I can't do that.
if you don't have proficiency, add proficiency because you are proficient with the tools.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And if you are, then double it, like expertise it, because you know the extra proficiency from knowing how to use the tools correctly. You're not just going off your seat of your ass. Everybody else, can I have an athletics check? Flat. Because the way I'm going to use it with you guys is all your total score is going to be combined into one giant
Oh, that's
DC.
not be advantage. What's
Right,
advantage?
this is plus
Am
4 then.
I
Let's have a look.
athleticsing for swimming, semi-pushing?
Yes,
Hold on.
yes, yes.
Oh, sorry, my page was turned on. Sorry.
Athletics.
It didn't matter because it's still the first one, so 23.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Got
I'm
it.
drunk.
Okay. You guys start making your way, and it's hard work, even with the extra help under the water and stuff, and there's 4 of you rowing. You're still pushing a very heavy wooden vessel with a lot of people in it. In open water, it's chuggy. But you guys start making progress, and as far as Josiah is aware, and he's pretty confident in so, you guys are on a northern heading. Can I get from the rowers and the pusher Constitution saving throw to see basically how long you guys can hold out?
Oh my God,
Side,
that's 2
side
fives.
note. Side note. Wade is really happy to be in the sea.
Okay.
We figured that.
Hold on. Before you give me my answer, what figures can do.
Oh my God.
Where's it gone now? Where's my thingy gone? Oh, it's not a deck saving throw. I can't do it.
You're not dodging the water.
Wade, Constitution?
Shit, sorry.
Oh no.
Okay, so Wade and Vlad, about a good bit into this, you two are going to need to take a stop and have a rest, which basically means after a certain point, your scores are going to be subtracted from the group athletics goals you all made. The rest of you are able, within good reason, able to force yourselves through it and keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing. And Josiah, make a perception check, please.
Mm-hmm. Oh, hang on. Don't want to do it with advantage. There we go.
Actually, I will give you, Vlad and Wade, I will give you both the options, if you wish, to push through the tiredness and the need of a break to maintain your help to the group. There will be penalties for doing so, but do you wish to keep helping? Do you think you are needed and vital?
No, I think it's fine.
Stick my head above the water. How close are we to land?
That's
This is what Josiah is doing, but I'm asking
That's what
you,
I've just
while you're
failed.
underwater, what are you doing? You feel yourself getting tired. Do you push? Do you keep going? Fuck it. Be damned.
No, I stay as is then.
You keep helping. Is that what I'm getting?
what
Sorry, because when you
If
said you
I'm-
stay as is, does that mean you stop or you carry on?
If we were close, I would push. If we're not, I'm not pushing.
Okay, so you both
before
stop.
we
Okay,
get-
cool.
I'd say before
Yes?
we get that answer, I was just going to ask, what is Navarra doing?
Oh, she just watched it.
Enjoying the ride.
She's just sitting there with a big sun hat on, quite enjoying herself and going,
Maybe
You
not
will-
helping at least look forward at least to try and
She's
spot
sat
where
there
we're
with a
going.
parasol open, actually causing
It's good.
resistance, so
Oh,
it's
yeah.
all harder for everyone.
No, sun hat, I don't have a parasol.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, you all seem to get really aggressive about it, so I thought it's better to take myself out of the situation as everyone was yelling about navigation and picking up oars.
No,
We weren't. It was all internal.
we the players were arguing, not the characters.
I mean, okay. I can still chat with someone if that would help.
You may switch out with Vlad if you wish, so make an athletics check as he was needing to stop.
Yeah, we'll switch out. Go on in. We'll see what happens.
There goes the attempt to try and cover the crappy perception.
Oh my god, it's worse than mine.
Keep an eye out, not like literally.
We just had the whole thing of just like, what are you doing? Are you keeping an eye out for the land? And you're like, fine, I'll swap out.
I'll keep an eye out for the land then.
You're
Too late.
it's well, it's a bit too late, but it's okay because Josiah, you are keeping an eye and you are keeping the ship pretty well on track. You're going north, and you don't see it immediately as it pops up on the horizon, obviously, but you do start to see as you're getting with a few miles out. You start to see land. You can see large vessels. Looks like 2 or 3 ships that are moored up with the sails fully raised at a dock on the right side of the island as you're coming towards it. Do you guide the ship to the right where the ships are, straight ahead, or to the left of the island?
Not a visual thinker. My thing was go to the jungle just off the dock, not to the dock.
Yeah, so you're avoiding the dock, so you're more going centre and slightly left, if anything. I just wanted to get an idea of where on the island you guys are going to land. Do you know what I mean?
Aiming for the ships, which are probably docked, or not where the docks are.
Yeah, that's pretty much the question. But he said he's going to avoid the ships, which is fine. Takes you guys slightly more westward than direct north. You guys will eventually all start to see landmass, as if you'll allow me to quickly expand. Da-da-da-da. You will start to see the southern shore of the shock mines, or at least the island that holds the shock mines. You all tired, moist from the ocean breeze, all eventually Get closer and closer. Do you do anything to hide yourselves, or do you just make for land as quick as possible? Last thing.
I'm making for land. It was just there would be beef if we landed at the docks. It wasn't like
I would suggest that we aim, if we're trying to avoid the docks, we try and go a bit further around the island so we're not within line of sight of the dock.
Yeah, straight into whatever tree line there is.
yeah.
Where are the docks on this map? Sorry,
The
Dan.
right side of the yeah, where the word Jade is, about there, because it's on the right southern side.
So we could go to this area that's right there and head it.
Yep.
Almost.
That's sort of where Josiah. I understood Josiah was taking you guys.
Like the S and H in Shock. So we're nearby, but not too nearby.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you guys eventually make your way in, and successfully. There was enough oomph in the boat to get you guys here. It took a while. Like, don't get me wrong. And luckily, you guys avoided exhaustion from doing so, although it was tentative with some of you. Like Wade and Vlad, if you guys would have pushed, you would have gained exhaustion.
Mm-hmm.
But you all make it intact. No issues. As you all eventually do break land, the one thing you will notice as we call the session to an end is off the shore and seemingly in the vicinity is a ship on the south where you guys came from. Not the ship that you were just on. That ship left pretty quick after the boat was detached and sailed off as quick as it could out of the archipelago. It looks in similar descript to the ship that was following that you guys had been noticing. And you see on the side of the ship a silver fortress.
Fuck.
And that's where we'll end it.
Yeah, we found them, or they found us.
So, I hope everybody had a good time.
Yeah. Oh, I am so looking forward to next weekend.
Yeah, funny. Good thing is, because all the fuckery's over and dealt with, as far as I'm aware, the next session will be directly next week, episode 4, which, just for date purposes, will be on the 4th of March for you guys, so you're aware. Yeah, like, no, a little bit of a stutter midway through the session for me, but I hope everybody enjoyed it. I hope, like, again, I want to thank Joel for coming and being cool. And you may see him in the future.
Brilliant job.
You will maybe see him in the future. Depends. But you guys have made yourselves present on the Shockshade Expedition Island, and a ship a few miles away from the shore, now in view of the majority of you. Details differ depending on perceptions, but there seems to be on the side a symbol of a silver fortress.
Uh-oh.
And for those that are watching on the YouTubes, I'm going to end the recording, so thank you for watching. Join us next week, or just watch next episode if you're watching this like way in the future. I don't fucking know. I'm not your dad. Maybe. See you later, guys.
Either way, please watch. Bye.